Welcome, everyone. Welcome for the millionth time today. Well, just kidding. It's the third time today, but it's my pleasure to be here for the third time. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves as well. Um, yeah, that is true, Caleb. Thank you for that. Um, it has been confirmed that Vicky White has died of her self-inflicted wounds. Whether it was intentional or whether it was accidental, I don't think we know yet. But um, but yes, Vicky White is no more. Yeah, I mean, right? Strange. And we clear this up. Heels in the air. Welcome. Hello. ButtHurt Betty is not an actual creator. Her name is actually just, well, maybe it's another creator, but just say no to ButtHurt is maybe who you're thinking of. Um, so it's not specifically Betty. It's just, yeah, just say no to ButtHurt, meaning like don't get butthurt. Like you're a creator, you're open to criticism. You're subject to it. It happens. We all are. Don't be up here doing this if you can't handle somebody pointing out your bullshit or making fun of you. So yeah, so we're gonna do some of our usual as of late. Um I yeah, we're gonna watch a little Betty, we're gonna watch a little JLR. Actually, we're gonna start with Mr. JLR. Uh can't forget him. I feel like I've been neglecting Mr. JLR. Uh
Jonathan Lee Riches, aka JLR. Today is the National Day of Prayer. Um,
wow.
I'm going to do some praying today, and I'm going to pray right now
Hmm.
for Summer Wells.
Oh, yeah.
I also want to pray
Because you're doing
for
her so
Don
much
and
good.
Candace Wells.
This
I'm
is
going to
actually the
pray for
first
Grandis. I want to.
this is arguably the most productive thing that you've done. Even though uh some of you in chat may be atheists and may not believe that prayer has any effect whatsoever. Um, but I believe that even no matter what you believe in, when you actually mean a prayer, you're putting something out into the world because you're putting out an energy into the world that is um, that is positive and may or may not. But I believe it's sensible to believe that it could do some good. But we all know that this dude is completely and totally full of it and has absolutely no good intentions whatsoever. This is a piece of trash.
Pray for the entire Hawkins County
So
sheriffs.
let's just watch this cornerstone of American society here to blaspheme here.
Office, including Ronnie Lawson, Cliff Evans, John Pruitt. I want to pray for all the participants
Wow.
involved with the Summer Wells case. It's a National Day of Prayer, so
Yeah, you
let's
said that.
pray together. Let's pray together. Dear God, thank you for blessing us
Mm-hmm.
with another beautiful day. Today is a day of prayer. I personally want to pray for Don and Candace
Hey, so homie, if you're an atheist, who exactly are you praying to right now?
Wells and Summer Wells, Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, the TBI. Let's resolve this case soon. Let's find Summer Wells. I pray that you will, change the hearts of many, including Don and Candace Wells, that they will
Wow.
come to their come to realize that they need to come forward and help this situation and to bring Summer home. Praying for the safety. I pray for all the
Dude, this guy is the worst cloud chaser like ever. Um, this guy is the worst clout chaser ever. Uh, this dude, like, if you're an atheist, dude, like, how, like, it makes no sense that you're praying. You know what he does remind me of, though? Like, and I'm sure he would find this to be a compliment, but I don't mean it as one. I remember watching when Trump first got elected, when he first took office, uh he was like sitting around with prayer groups, but he was like, there was, yeah, there was no like, I wasn't getting the vibe from Trump that he was much of a prayer guy. I'm not saying that what he believes in and what he doesn't believe in, but he doesn't look like he has much practice in praying, which was really funny to me. uh Neither does he.
volunteers, first responders, participants that are out there actively looking for summer wells, praying for YouTubers um, that are out there every day fighting for Summer's warriors, uh, YouTubers, content creators, and also people that comment and view.
I love it. So he's praying and he's doing exactly what prayer is not designed to do. And he's making it all about him. Like, even when you're a little kid and your religious grandma or auntie, or uncle or grandpa teaches you how to pray, what they do is they explain to you normally, like a good Christian would, is we're supposed to pray for others. If we're trying to pray for ourselves, well, then that's a selfish act. It's a sin. God doesn't hear that stuff. God hears from good hearts, true good hearts. And someone with a good true heart is focused on uh on their neighbor, you know, even their enemies, right? So here's this dude right here, the YouTubers, just say clout chaser, dude. Like, you're talking about yourself.
These channels, collectively, love and prayer supersedes hate and evil. Um, I pray for all of our health out there.
Wow.
It's a trying time, and we just need to find Summer Wells immediately. Um, Continue to give people the courage and strength
Douchebag.
to fight for Summer. Um,
Again, talking about
Continue
himself.
to pray for everyone's health.
What he's doing right now, and all he's doing, is speaking to his listeners, right? With, speaking to his donors right now with his hands like this, and his head down, saying, help us, those of us, hmm, hmm, those of us that are doing so much for Summer, help us.
And guidance and wisdom in finding Summer. Summer Wells needs to be found. Um, it's been too long, God.
I need
Please
that
just
reward.
make this right for everyone that's been following this case. We pray for our law enforcement. We love and respect our law enforcement.
Do
They're
you now?
working very hard around the clock
Is that
in
why?
finding answers.
Is that why you organized a protest outside of the TBI headquarters and you didn't even go to the right place? is that is that respect for law enforcement? Is that back in the blue, the way Battery Betty puts it?
Every time they get a tip, they have to follow up on. I just pray for them um, that they work hard
What
and we
kind of
pray
tip
for
did
their
you get in
safety.
prison, homie?
Um, so, National Day of Prayer, we love and respect and honor you, God, and we hope for the best. Amen. So today is a national day of prayer.
Uh-huh. You said that.
Um, I
We
pray
don't know.
that Summer Wells is found.
Right. We just heard you do
Um,
that
we're approaching 11 months
phonily,
now. She's
like
been
in
missing
a
since
phony
June
way. Did I
15th,
say phonily? I just said phonily.
2021.
That's not a word.
So
Fuck
let's
that.
hope she's
It is a word. It's a word because I said it and you knew what I meant. So now it's a word. That's how words are invented.
found. So please pray with me, or pray on your own today. Just let's pray for Summer Wells today, National Day of Prayer. Everyone be
You know,
safe.
there's a
If
lot
you
of
have any
people that have
information on
actually
the
been
whereabouts of
doing
Summer
that
Wells,
a lot.
please contact the Tennessee Borough Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND, or contact the Hawkins County.
So it's National Prayer Day, right? But let's how about we talk about the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that are so emotionally invested in this case and consider themselves Christian. You don't think that they've been praying every single day for Summer? Like, and you're some sort of hero now because you recognize National Prayer Day, which might have some kind of, it might have some value to it if you didn't do what Heels in the Air says you did, which is wipe your butt with a picture of Jesus and claim to be an atheist. So yeah, dude. Just wondering what you think you're doing now.
Sheriff's Office. So God bless everyone. Be safe, and love your loved ones. Please. Amen.
Love your loved ones. Let's so yeah, let's just get right into this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to start it at a random spot here.
The actual prayer visual, because
she said visual again,
which is really sad.
Say it with me, okay? Vigil. 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 Okay? It's not visual. Okay? They're two different things. Two different things. Spelled very differently. Okay? One has an extra syllable. Okay? What one has 2 syllables, the other one has 3 syllables. Okay? The correct one is the 2-syllable one. Okay? Come on, Betty.
That they can't come together at all for this poor baby. They just, for the life of them, just are unable to do it, which shows that's
because Dolly's a moron.
Not me, it's them. And so they're trying to set up this prayer vigil.
She did it again.
The pun. The bottom line is this is over, right? So prayer vigil, prayer vigil, prayer vigil, prayer vigil, prayer vigil, at the pond. The bottom line is this is over at the horse stables, right? So here's the horse stables right here. This whole area closes at 5 p.m. because somebody, the one that runs the horse stable and takes care of the animals, actually lives on the property. So while Warriors Park is open until 10 p.m., the area in which they are wanting to do it at is closed, folks. It is closed. So they can have it any other place, but they're not going to be able to have it over here.
Says the person who tries to hide behind the First Amendment when she trespasses on other people's property illegally in order to harass people. Okay.
Here by the water hole, because that area of the park closes at 5 p.m. Again, this is in Sullivan County. This is not even in the county in which Summer Wells was. It's not even in the county where she disappeared. These are horrible people doing horrible things. So for
So
those
wait,
that
okay.
want to
Just
come,
just so you guys understand what's going on here. I guess another YouTube creator or another group of people decided to organize a vigil, okay? A prayer vigil in an appropriate place, right? That's actually for summer, right? It's not about clout. Because if this was actually about summer for her, okay, because now what she's doing is she's competing. She's competing with someone else and she's angry because she sees the other prayer vigil, Betty, say it with me, vigil. She sees that as some sort of competition to what she's trying to do. Meaning that if there's somebody else taking a piece of the pie, which happens to be organizing a prayer vigil for summer, well, then she doesn't get the whole pie. She doesn't get the whole pie. So now she's angry because somebody else is trying to do something thoughtful, okay? And she can't see it that way. She's incapable of seeing it that way. The way that she sees it is that somebody's honing in and dipping their fingers in her loot. That's all that is. And like her actions are dictating this. Don't go to their vigil. Come to my vigil. Don't go to that one. Those are bad people. Because here's the thing, guys, and I think we all already know this, okay? If you're organizing a prayer vigil for summer and you're not looking to get news cameras out there, you're not MGL style chasing clout, because at least you learned something, because that does work, because MGL did it and got you guys all clout from the local news station. This is just you trying to do that, okay? But Betty, here's a little, just from one decent person to somebody who hasn't figured out how to be decent yet, okay? If somebody is organizing a vigil for summer because they just want to remember her, well, then that's a kind act. When they're doing it for the reasons that you are, well, it's not a kind act. And if it were a kind act, if you were the type of person to be capable of this, then you would encourage a lot of people to organize vigils. You would encourage countless amount of vigils that are out there on that day. Because that would spread the word that summer is in so many thoughts. But no, they have to be at your vigil. Your vigil. That's where they have to be. All for you. Right? Because this is about summer, isn't it? But if it were about summer, what would be the problem? What would be the problem of having dozens of different vigils in different locations? I mean,
to the candlelight vigil, the real one, it'll be held at Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. The location of Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, let me just look this up. I've got it in the description of this particular video. For those that are
because that sends a really strong message. That sends a really strong message about how much you care for summer, because you're doing it in front of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, one of the many law enforcement agencies that are very busy trying to find summer. Okay? So what you're doing is adding to more problems, because how many idiot and morons are going to be calling there because it's Summer's anniversary of when she went missing? And yet you're going to just add to that. You're just going to add to that by organizing some bullshit that you're just trying to get news coverage for in order to promote your channel. That is all you're doing, and anybody with a brain can see it. Anybody with a brain can see this. Anybody with eyes can see this.
Nice to see you. For those that are coming in, please, one of my mods, go out to the description of this video and cut and paste the address. It's 117, I believe. For summer, it's very remote. The area in which they're really trying to have it, which is very remote. Happened to hear it on Dolly Live. Somebody was posting some.
Dude, as many times as she mentions Dolly, bro.
Some person was posting it in his chat to try to get some attention. I doubt it's going to be very big on their end because one, it's in a very dark place. It's very remote. The area in which they're really,
when it's in a dark place, you can see candlelight better, especially from afar. Imagine that. Having a candlelight vigil in a place that's kind of dark. Crazy. That's ridiculous. You don't want to go there. Because the news cameras are going to have lights on us. Okay? News cameras are going to have lights on us. You don't want to be where the news cameras aren't going to be with their lights. Okay? You want to go, you don't want to go to the dark place where people can see the candlelight better. And if by some remote chance that Summer's close by, she could be able to see that. Or if, God forbid, Summer's no longer with us, she couldn't see it from heaven better. I mean, that's crazy to hold a candlelight vigil with candles where you can see the candles. That's crazy. Shenanigans. You can't make this stuff up, people.
Really trying to have it, which is right here, is closed to the public. It closes at 5 p.m. So somebody, whoever's trying to put this together, clearly has not been out to this location and clearly does not know what time this particular.
Okay, just in case I wasn't clear. So what's going on here, in case you don't understand what she's talking about. Okay, so she's pissed off because somebody else has apparently organized a prayer vigil for Summer on her anniversary. Imagine that. And the anniversary of when she went missing. I want to be very clear about that. So she's very, very upset because she sees this as competition in some way, shape, or form. And now what she's trying to do is explain why you shouldn't go to that one, but you should go to the one she organized, right? And what she's doing basically is she's saying that the other place is very remote and it's dark, so you don't want to go there. you don't want to go to where you can actually see candlelight.
Now, in all fairness,
you want to risk, what you want to do is you want to risk getting arrested by exploiting a little girl yet again, a missing child, and doing it in front of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. That's smart. That's smart. And basically harassing them.
Warrior Park itself is open until 10 p.m. But it's not going to be in this area where the water hole was, where where Summer was last swimming prior to her disappearance. That portion is not open to the public after 5 p.m. But anybody that's gone out there and has read the signs going in there would know that. So I'm assuming it's somebody that has not.
I don't know who it is
before trying to set up this, but right there, that is.
I don't know who it is. Like, I don't care, if I'm being totally honest. I don't care. To me, it tells me that they're at least not looking for clout. If they're trying to do it in front of the water hole where there's like nobody, you know what I'm saying? They're just trying to like get people together, remember Summer, and light a candle in prayer for her and thought. Like, that's sounds like that's the only motive to what they're trying to do. Whereas there's all kinds of other alternative motives that are so obvious when Betty is trying to organize hers, all her little details.
somebody lives here and they take care of the animals, because there's more than just the horses at the stable, right? They have goats, they have other wildlife at the stable. But again, somebody that has been out there would know that. So whoever's trying to plan this trip really doesn't know what
I'll
they're
get there,
doing.
Donald
They don't
Duck.
know
I'll
the
get there.
location. They have not realized that area of the park will be closed
These
to
people
the general
kill me,
public
bro.
after 5 p.m. And again, I think it comes down to the fact that the person that or people, whether they rotate who stays there or not, people actually live there on the property to take care of the animals and any emergencies that go on with those stables.
All right.
And,
So Margot, where is that? I mean, I'll read it out loud, but where is it? Per my phone's Amber Alert, 2-month-old Amaya Hernandez, 9-year-old Eileen De Leon Ramos, blue 2007 Honda Civic MS plate PNC 3279. Suspect Sergio or David Hernandez. Interesting. It's probably is it a fraternal situation? Okay, Southeast Louisiana. Okay, so if you're anywhere in the surrounding states of Louisiana, please keep your eye out for that. I'll leave that up there for just another minute.
There are areas where they hold the animals in. So just thought I would throw that out there for you. And I've got some, interesting stuff. This is going to be a short live this morning. This really is going to be a short live. It's going to be a short live because I just don't have the time to do a long one, unfortunately. So, guys, we are planning on being there. It sounds like there's a lot of great creators, some that I agree with and some that I don't agree with, that are supporting this cause and will be out at Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
It's a cause.
Okay. To join us. And we're going to be there and be thankful for all the people that show up. We're not wanting this to be a battle or anything like that. What we're wanting it to be is to honor Summer Wells and to let law enforcement know that we support them and we want whoever is responsible for her disappearance.
But you know what you could do to support law enforcement, especially Hawkins County Sheriff's Department? You know what you could do? Don't interfere with their investigation. I think they find that helpful. I think they find it helpful when people don't spread misinformation on social media. I think they said that they find that helpful. I think they said that at the beginning of this case last June, a year exactly before you're going to be pulling this bullshit. So, yeah, the best thing that you could do to help law enforcement is shut the fuck up. And don't interfere with their investigation, since they are trained. And because they're trained, they are the best possible chance for Summer to be found, besides the FBI and the TBI. So, because they're law enforcement officers. Because when someone goes missing, they're who you call. That's why they're who you call. Just saying.
Held accountable. And we need to let them know,
No, you don't.
Sometimes I feel, and I do it.
Nobody gives a fuck how you feel.
Frustrated. We don't understand. And we kind of lash out at the law enforcement.
No, you do.
People have families of their own, and they need to know that the community supports them as well. And that
you're not the one to do it, though.
Really help drive.
They know you.
Location, because I know all of us love Summer Wells, and we all want to support and let law enforcement know that we support.
You don't need to do that.
We just want to make
you don't
sure
need to do that.
Doesn't go out.
They don't need you to do that.
The spotlight. She's not going to go cold.
They don't need any of us to do
why
it.
She's not going to go cold.
It's their job.
And that's really what we really want to do. This is coming from a place of pure love and
It's
just
not.
wanting to do something that's impactful.
Oh my God,
and that
lady,
helps kind
bro.
of energize law enforcement. So I will be doing some things. I love you, Sonia. Sonia is I had an opportunity to meet her. She's just a great person. I really truly appreciate it. I wish I would. You need to send me an email with your phone number, Sonia, so we can keep in touch.
Dude, like, I've had people say that I'm a great person and a nice person and a good person. I've had people say other things too. But if I hear her, of all people, say that I'm a good person, I got to reflect. I got to self reflect. I got to go, I don't know how to take that. Coming from you, I don't know how to take that. Like, it's time to start doing some self inventory. You know what I mean?
I know she was out there with us on our second trip to Rogersville. She actually was out there in the freezing cold with us in front of TBI in Knoxville. And what a
that was her.
Great
that one other person that was her.
Really is
good to know.
Just trying to find answers as well, and so it's really. It's nice. So Cotton Candy, good morning to you as well. Praying for summer. Good morning. Yes, thank you. We will definitely be out there, rain or shine, folks. We're going to be out there. I'm going to have to look at the weather. I will bring my tent
y'all are the
and
best
other
in
things
chat,
and other
dude.
provisions if I think the weather's going to get so we're not out there if something happens. Yeah. No, I don't back off, and I'm not easily intimidated. And again, it comes to the life that I live. When I finally got my voice, and I realized, when you're at your lowest that you can ever go.
How much screaming and belittling to your partner before you put your hands on them did it take to build your voice? how many of those? How many screaming matches did it take for you to build your voice with your significant others?
The only place you can go is up, and you fight your way. You realize there is nothing anybody can do to you that you have not done to yourself, and it just makes you.
I don't know about that.
It empowers you. And so I'd love nothing more than to empower the people that watch this show and watch this channel. So I love each and every
meaning
one of you guys. I think you're amazing people.
Meaning, let's beg. Let's beg. This is her. This is the e-begging starting, the subtleness. This is where she's trying to use, like, what is that? The Secret? Remember that? I never read it. I never watched the doc. I know, yeah, but I know the principle of The Secret is you just, which is a lot of what I say here. You put out good shit, and then good shit comes back to you. But when you're doing it from a heart of just trying to get shit, that's not how it works. It's got to be genuine. It's got to be like, I genuinely care. I genuinely care about the people that subscribe to my channel, because none of her actions dictate this. Because if she genuinely cared about the people who donate money to her, she wouldn't feed them false information. She would actually be helpful in law enforcement, in the way that she looks at law enforcement. She wouldn't be doing everything that law enforcement is saying not to do. And she wouldn't be harassing people. She wouldn't be crashing school board meetings when she's not even a parent. So that's not how it works, Betty. You don't get to just say magic words and then people start giving you money. You can when you do that, it's called a con. It's called fraud. That's the word. When you talk bullshit out of your ass and people are fooled by it and then give you money because your intention of spewing bullshit out of your ass in your face is to get them to give you money. That's called a fraud. That's called a grifter. That's called a shitty person. It's called a con artist.
So nice to see you. Yes, yes. Yeah, there's quite a few. I've had quite a few people that have actually reached out to me and let me know that they're going, which was really amazing. I'm very fortunate for that. We all are. This is Summer's army coming together and uniting for her, for in her honor. And anybody that's trying to take away from that, shame on them. Really, shame on them. And it's just sad.
Let's hear that
It's
one more time.
sad
One more time.
that they can't even. I've had quite a few people that have actually reached out to me and let me know that they're going, which was really amazing. I'm very fortunate for that. We all are. This is Summer's army coming together.
You saw how she saved herself there?
Uniting for.
You saw how she saved herself there? She was like, this is very good for me. For all of us. I mean, for all of us. But no, you had it right the first time. You think that it's just good for you.
For her, for in her honor. And
now it's for her.
That's trying to take away from that, shame on them.
Why wasn't Summer the first thing that came to you? Why wasn't Summer the first thing that it was good for Summer? If you're really doing it just for her, why are you saying that it's good for you?
Really, shame on them. And it's just sad.
And so now it's anybody who's trying to take away from that. Well, it's just sad, you know. I cannot get over this. This is what's so funny to me. She's in competition with another vigil that's being held, or I'm sorry, a visual, in her words, that is being held in Summer's honor. And this is being done in a place that she describes as remote and dark, where you would see candlelight a lot better. And that's why you shouldn't go. And you shouldn't go because she's holding one too. And they're just trying to take away from her vigil. Why would she care about that?
Sad that they can't even put petty squabbles aside for the benefit of Summer. And that's on them. That's on them. So the people that want to support that kind of conduct, support it. But I will not, and I will stand on my convictions that this couldn't be.
You don't have any convictions.
Putting your petty squabbles, quit being a Karen, put your petty squabbles in the bag to honor a child that went squabbles aside for the benefit of Summer. And that's on them. That's on them. That this couldn't be any easier than just putting your petty squabbles, quit being a Karen, put your petty squabbles in the bag to honor, put your petty squabbles, that this couldn't be any easier than just putting your petty squabbles, quit being a Karen, that this couldn't be any easier than just putting your petty squabbles, quit being a Karen, that this couldn't be any easier than just putting your petty squabbles, quit being a Karen, put your petty squabbles in the bag to.
The most Karenist person I've literally ever seen. And that is not an exaggeration, people. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I have never in my life seen a more strong example of a Karen than in Bullhorn Betty. Ever in my life. And I don't think I ever will. That's how much of a Karen she is that I don't know if I ever will see that. Like, it's like she's the Muhammad Ali of Karens. There'll never be another one like her. She's the Michael Jordan of Karens, dude. There will never be another. Like she took Karening to a level that I didn't know was possible. It was like living in the 50s and then hearing that we could actually go to space. Like, the human mind at first probably just couldn't grasp it, but then they saw it. Once they saw it, they believed it. I could not believe that a Karen could ever exist to this magnitude until I have come across blowhard battery Betty ever in my life.
Honor a child that went missing a year prior. And some people just can't do that. That's really sad. It's really sad. Shame on them. Yes, and nobody believes it. And I just get so irritated. Everybody's so quick to call me a liar, you know?
That's because you
We've
lie.
been fighting for these animals, just like we've been fighting for answers in the Summer Wells case. And people are so quick.
What does the comment say? After watching S live last night about those poor animals on the Wells property was heart. Dude, we already established all that. Those animals were not in any danger. Sometimes a dog gets hit by a car. It happens when it's an outside dog.
Somebody a liar without even going out.
The Humane Society, the local Humane Society, Hawkins County, was feeding those dogs and helping them take care of them. As a matter of fact, they confirmed that Don and Candace have personally gone there and they've given them food for those dogs.
Out and seeing what the hell is going on. It's disgusting to me. I'm sorry, it is. It's just disgusting to me. Hi, Race Girl. Nice to see you. I don't know, because she keeps telling them they're not her dogs, you know? I'm sorry. The only dogs
because they're not
that property are coming from her house.
They're stray dogs that they fed and
even
took care of.
Ones like
they're not their dogs. They're stray dogs that they decided to take care of as much as they could.
For example, when we were there in January, they all came down their property, right? But when we came back later with food and stuff, they came from the junkyard over. So it's like their dogs are running that entire mountain. They're just so
fucking strays, bro.
They don't try to keep them safe. They don't try to. I mean, if you're feeding the dog, that dog is yours.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. So if I go to the zoo, right? Or if I go, okay, when I was a kid, all right. See, I was born in St. Louis, right? And when I was a kid, we went to Jefferson City, Missouri, which is the capital, right? And outside of the capital, right, there's this huge, huge oak tree. It's beautiful. And it's got a million squirrels running around there. I don't know if it is like that still today, but a million squirrels. And they would give you bags of peanuts to feed the squirrels. So does that mean that once I fed those squirrels, they're mine? I'm responsible for them? I got to take them home? Is that what that means? Because those squirrels, they're not strays, they're just wild. But a stray dog today, when even in a rural society, right? A stray dog in a rural area. Am I saying that right? I still don't even know. I'm saying it like I heard a newscaster say it earlier. So I'm sticking to it. Anyway. That's the equivalent. A stray dog is the equivalent in an area like that to a wild animal, basically. Without a home, right? And yet these dogs aren't mean. They were just nice dogs that were grateful to get fed here and there. But they knew how to get their own food too, because that's what stray dogs do. Garbage cans, whatever. That's what stray dogs do.
Right? If you don't want the dog there, call animal services or take them down to the Humane Society. Oh, that's right. They don't have any animal services. But take them down to the Humane Society so they can get proper nutrition and get adopted to a home that wants them. Why would you keep allowing them to if you care for those animals?
So let me ask you something, Betty. Let me ask you something. when you were there and you were so appalled and disgusted by what you saw, why didn't you put those dogs in your car and take them down to the Humane Society? I mean, because that's what a responsible person would do, according to you, right? Because they're not stray dogs. I mean, and you did everything you could to care in the situation. You called people up, you bitched and moaned. You actually called detectives that are currently investigating Summer's disappearance about these dogs. And you put it on YouTube. You did everything other than what you're criticizing Don and Candace for not doing.
Animals so much so that you're putting water and food out for them. Why aren't you trying to find them good homes?
Why didn't you?
Them off the street.
Why didn't you?
None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense.
I agree.
Those dogs are not in a good environment. Nobody's there taking care of them. No matter what my haters may want to lie and make you believe, there is nobody that has been out to that property more than people that were on our team. No more than, there's not been a person that's been out there more than me.
I agree, because it's considered harassment. Most people find that to be harassing. So, and it's just pointless. It's grifting and it's clout chasing. And so most people, including myself, who actually, I live in Tennessee. I'm 45 minutes away from that property. I don't go out there because it does no good. It doesn't do anybody any good at all. If it does anything, it probably interferes with the investigation.
Olivia and JLR. There's just not. Maybe Ernie is getting up there now that he's going there regularly. But even Benny hasn't even been to the property as many times as we've been there. So, high healing nature, nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's sad.
Oh, God.
Nobody cares. And there's nothing we can do. I mean, it's clear. There's nothing we can do.
Why don't you do what you said they should have been doing? What do you mean there's nothing you can do?
There's nothing we can do. Hawkins County does not care.
Maybe you open your fucking ears when you heard Hawkins County Humane Society say that they were full, that they were absolutely full. And what happens to these animals, we've gone over this before. What happens to these animals, idiot, is eventually they get euthanized. So your solution, again, I've made this point before, but I'm going to make it again. Your solution for these dogs and what you think is the best thing for them is to put them in a position to where they're likely going to become euthanized, or leave them in a position to where they can continue to survive and fend for themselves freely the way that they have been, because they looked perfectly healthy. They looked perfectly healthy.
Just don't. You know? It's just sad. So, again, I just want to pop this. Do I still have it up? I probably don't. I probably already minimized it. Let me just pop this up again. Just want to show you guys. So just for all the people that are watching.
I can't wait.
For all the people that are watching here, there is the property. This is the water hole where Summer was last swimming. This is the parking lot. This is the horse stables. There's a house there that somebody
She's
lives
really, really pushing to trash this other vigil. It's like she's just hyper focused on it.
This part of the area closes at 5 p.m. So this is not a good area for now.
Wow.
Warriors Park is open until
Wow.
10. But this particular area of the park closes at 5, and I am of the belief, I didn't confirm this.
So they'll find another area.
I am of the belief it's because of the ranch hand that actually lives in this home. So for all of you wondering why we selected, I mean, people just, they're idiots and they've got nothing better to do with their time.
Wow. So they're idiots and have nothing better to do with their time than to get together and do this solely for summer, because everything that you're explaining here, Betty, tells me that the only reason they're doing it is for summer, is to remember summer, which is exactly what a prayer vigil from the heart is for. It's the purpose of it. An actual prayer vigil is not for the purpose of clout chasing and getting you clout for organizing something so that you can be in front of a local news camera going, yes, I put this together and we did this for summer and blah, 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 all your usual bullshit. That's not the purpose of a vigil.
Then try to cause problems where there are no problems, but they can set up whatever they want to set up. I think it's pretty sad.
They can.
They can't even come together for the benefit of this poor child.
They are.
Because they can't handle.
No.
Like literally.
What they're not doing is coming together for the benefit of you. That's all that is. Everything that you're describing. I only know about what this is because you're explaining it. I didn't know anything about this until you started talking about it, Betty, which is really funny to me. And the way that you're describing this in detail is telling me that between these two groups that are holding a vigil for Summer Wells on the anniversary of her going missing, they're the ones that are actually doing it for Summer. Wow.
Cannot handle, conduct themselves accordingly. That's all it is. They cannot conduct themselves accordingly.
Exactly, Toast.
Exactly. I truly believe that it is totally, without a doubt, hands down, just sad. So getting on with more that is in the news, as I try to incorporate a lot of different things in the news. Here's one of the things I wanted to show people, because I know a lot of people are green in our country. You know, they try to do the right thing. And I'll get to you guys this message. I see you guys are still writing. So
everyone but you.
Dogs. You know, and that is because it's not that I lie. It's just these people,
that you lie.
Some of these creators hate me so much. Like, these people are trying to impersonate
me. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, yeah. So tell me it's not all about you without telling me that it's not all about you. Like, it's like you're doing everything to let us know that you are nothing but a narcissistic, selfish, self-centered piece of shit.
You know, the obsession is so disgusting. Like, these people truly have mental illness. Literally.
I will say this. It's not an obsession, because we'll get bored of you eventually. It's not an obsession. It is a fascination. Okay? It is a fascination. Again, I have never, ever, ever seen somebody be such a Karen in my life. I've already been fascinated with Karens. I used to do streams of just Karen videos and just go, wow, you know, and really pick apart like which ones were actually Karens and which ones weren't, right? Like, was the person filming and accusing somebody else of being a Karen? Because there's a lot of that too, where the person being a Karen is just projecting and calling the other person a Karen, right? So I found it fun to just watch these videos. I mean, and there's hours of them on YouTube, just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of them. A lot of people out there with phones, you know, and a lot of people have temper tantrums, a lot of Karens, You know, all you got to do is just run into one, because everyone runs into one. It's just a question of whether you ever pull out your phone or not. But it does happen. You will run into a Karen, and you'll do it many times in your life. It'll happen many times in your life. It's just that some are more inclined than others to pull out their phone and film it.
It is so apparent that they are not stable people.
And she is
they
the
are
Karen of
constantly
Karen. She's the Karen of Karens.
doing stuff. Can you imagine having somebody so obsessed with you? They create pages about you. They create websites about you. They want your name. They try to steal your name. Like, they do everything.
That's what happens. That's what happens, Karen. That's what happens, Andra, when you behave in the manner that you do. Because you're going to get other Karens, right, that feel the same way we do. They're just caring about it. You know what I mean? They're caring about it. You look at what a play on words that was. But they carrying it the fuck out. You know, they're so mad at what you're doing. See, the difference between me and Toast and any other creator that has talked about you, the difference between us and those people is we don't hate you. I don't hate you. I think you're hilarious. I think you're hilarious. I wouldn't be up here laughing. I'd be cussing at my screen and going, "Oh my God, she must be stopped." I mean, what's going to end up happening is, the thing is I have this peaceful understanding that that's going to happen at some point. And I'm not going to get frustrated for as long as it takes for it to happen. I'm just going to enjoy the content. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that you are a waterfall, a fountain of content.
Everything they can. They're disgusting individuals. They're disgusting individuals. So anything I say, they try to make it out to be a lie.
Exactly.
And they are
Toast.
the only ones that are lying, but they are too sick in their noggin to even realize it's not me, it's them. That's how it's really, really bad. So this is another piece. I know a lot of people are, try to be green and try to help our environment. And believe it or not,
Exactly.
utility companies are now starting to push back on these rooftop solar panels. You know, they're
What the fuck is she talking about?
In many communities around this country. And what are they talking about here? It is the cost. So many people get these panels on their roof, and they're able to sell their energy back to the power company.
Okay, so
and now the power company is actually saying, well, how much is that power really
totally
worth to us, right?
Totally.
More people are getting these solar panels. The profit of the money that you're making on the solar,
absolutely,
the electricity that you're giving back to the power companies, they're now fighting over, because they're basically saying that it's not as profitable as it once was. So they're trying to fight with owners and give them less money. Of course, give them less money for the power that they sell back to the power company. So I just thought that was interesting. So for those people that are green, that have the utility solar panels on their homes, there is a fight right now on how much the electricity that you sell back to the homeowner, that you sell back to the power company, is worth. So if you guys are currently doing that, you may want to make sure that the cost that you guys have been receiving is still the cost, because that really help offset the cost of your solar panels. So there's a consumer's handbook.
Like, eventually you make it back anyway.
Looked at this yet?
You're always going to profit.
Tidbit that I thought was pretty interesting.
What are you talking about?
It's on the media. It's the what is it called? It's called Breaking News Consumers Edition, or Consumers Handbook for Crime Edition.
What?
And this I just thought was pretty interesting, and thought that I'd bring this to all of you. Beware of the stories and the police.
Okay,
sources dominate. Consider if community.
Either she is a genius troll, right? and just trolling me right now with just putting up the most boring shit in the world, like when Andy Kaufman decided to read like Catcher in the Rye, or no, it was The Great Gatsby, right? Like he went to a college and the college was like, do Latka from Taxi, do Latka, and he didn't like it. He didn't like that. So just to fuck with him, he read like The Great Gatsby from front to back. And I wonder if she's just doing this just to troll me because I'm or she's just boring as fuck. This is how her brain works. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the latter.
Disproportionately affected by crime and policing are giving a voice. So this is kind of a pretty neat. I thought it was pretty neat. And I saw it and I thought, this is something that might be, let me go ahead and download it, might be worth looking at and things of that nature. I came in, this only that, but they have
might be worth looking at and things of that nature. Got it.
On record saying they're not their dogs. It's going to be hard to say, oh, we tell them that they're not our dogs.
She's still going on about the dogs, bro.
That's all the information related to that. Now getting over to the crime segment more so. This just came in
because you're a crime channel.
Days ago, April 22nd. Well, a couple weeks ago, a Louisiana girl. This just reminded me so much of some of the stories we heard in oh, good morning, Snow, nice to see you. I just got to you. Let me just see what kind of questions you guys. Was it PETA? They're in Tennessee. I don't know, Jackie. I really don't. I have no clue.
This is not a PETA place
in Tennessee or not.
This is not the kind of place that PETA is encouraged at.
Just don't know. But
maybe where I live, some like near the college, maybe.
Dogs. Yeah. Well, they've been on exactly, Snow, and not only that, but they have been on record saying they're not their dogs. It's going to be hard
because they're not.
Say, oh, we tell them that they're not our dogs, and we need to escape responsibility of being held accountable for the treatment of the dogs. But we're going to say that they're our dogs.
Look at the comment
when somebody comes up to save the dogs. That doesn't
Look at the comment. Even her audience agrees with me. So just take the dogs. Fight the charge in court. It will win. You won't even get charged. You could just take the dogs because they're nobody's dogs. Like, totally. I completely agree with Snow in that comment. I completely agree with her. Just take the dogs. And guess what? Now you got these dogs. Because guess what? Nobody's going to claim those dogs. Because guess what? Nobody claims strays. That's what makes them strays. Because nobody claims them.
Doesn't work. That's not going to bode well in court of law, in my opinion.
So now she has no excuse, does she, Toast?
Anybody would have
now she has no excuse, does she? Because basically this person is probably going to be like, this person is probably going to be like, take the dogs. Hell, I'll even pay for your lawyer. If you, she has no excuse. Just, when you get to Tennessee in June, grab every dog you see that's stray near that property and give them a home. That would be awesome, Betty.
Better chance of fighting
but she won't.
If this charges came about. Because
why would she not do that? Because she doesn't give a fuck about those dogs.
They told law enforcement so much that those dogs are not theirs, that I can't imagine law enforcement would go out there and arrest somebody over saving those dogs, because they have been told multiple times by the Wells that those aren't their dogs.
Because they're not
their dogs. They are not your chattel. They're not your property. Therefore, you have no claim to have somebody arrested or press charges against
somebody
that's arrested.
So go get the dogs.
Even belong to you.
Exactly. So go get the dogs.
You got to have a basis for a claim, and there is no basis for any type of claim, and there is no probable cause for any type of claim that they may make against those animals, because they've come out so many times saying those animals do not belong to them.
Right. So go take the dogs.
It's the country, the country folk believe that,
Country folk. Let's see what this says. And she's saying this to Texas Brat because Texas Brat doesn't know anything about being country. If Hawkins County doesn't care about the animals, do you think they're really going to care about finding Summer? Well, that's just sad that the parents can get a giveaway with us. Okay, Texas Brat. Congratulations for winning the stupidest fucking comment that I've ever read on. I'm sure I've read stupider, but none comes to mind in comparison to this right now. If Hawkins County doesn't care about the animals, do you think they're really going to care about finding Summer Wells? I want that to sink in for everybody in the chat real quick. At the magnitude of sheer and utter stupidity in that statement. Just take a second. Because someone really wrote that. Because you might be sitting here asking yourself, hey, Glare, can you read that one more time? Because I can't believe my fucking ears. So I will. If Hawkins County doesn't care about the animals, do you think they're really going to care about finding Summer Wells? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right there, people. That is the logic of someone who likes Bullhorn Betty and supports her. That is an example of the mind of which dwells in her chat and speaks.
Dogs primarily are there to protect you and for hunting. So they are disposable in the country. Unfortunately, they're not like the rest of us, where we cherish our animals and want them to be well fed and want them to have an amazing life. And
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Hawkins County is not prioritizing Summer and finding her over the well-being of some stray dogs. You know, a missing 6-year-old child. Yeah. Shame on them, for prioritizing a missing child over some stray dogs. To say that, to highlight that question, right? Or to highlight that comment and then elaborate on it the way that she does here is just, it tells you all you need to know. Let's listen to that.
It's the country,
It's the country.
Folk believe that dogs primarily are there to protect you and for hunting. So they are disposable in the country. Unfortunately, they're not like the rest of us.
Right. Because they're just disposable. She just named actually 2 perfectly good uses for dogs, for protection and for hunting. But dogs will protect you and hunt for you when you care for them and love them and give them a home. That's how you get them to do that. Just so you know. So in the country, I guess people don't love their dogs. And she's saying that to somebody whose username is Tex. Where? Sorry, I gotta find it again. Oh well, I lost it. Tex something. I don't know if I want to remember that name. But Tex something. So in the country, nobody cares about their animals. Right. So if they don't care about their animals, if they don't care about stray dogs, why would they care about a 5-year-old missing child? That's that's brilliant. It's brilliant.
So I can be in the good graces of YouTube by not saying anything that would trigger a response. So Louisiana, a girl
Texas
dies
brat. Thank you.
because being forced to drink, and it's really sad that that's what.
I've noticed a pattern in what she and cases that she covers. I've noticed a pattern. She'll read a headline to something. She'll read a headline to it to a article that is covering, that is actually doing journalistic work in informing you of the facts of a situation, of a scenario that took place. And she'll only read the headline, and then she'll tell you that it's really sad. She'll tell you what none of us already know. Just for the record, none of us, what she'll do is she'll tell you that a woman gave their daughter or granddaughter, I can't remember what the headline said, whiskey, and the little girl died, and that it's really sad. Mind blown. Shit. I didn't think of that, Betty. I got to be honest with you. I didn't think that a situation like that could ever be considered sad. Thanks for telling me how I should feel about that sort of tragedy. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
What happens in some cases, but I know people were concerned primarily, with Summer Wells, because they kept wondering, what she may have found, what she might have, consumed accidentally or purposefully. We heard in our interview.
So now it goes into implying that. That's what happened to Summer, and so they got rid of her. Great theory.
Allie and Sherry, as well as the great grandma that Jonathan Lee Riches had released. We heard that they were talking about.
And another funny thing, find me footage where this is a challenge. Find me footage of after Boobs on the Ground broke up, where Jonathan Lee Riches mentions Bullhorn Betty on her channel as a team member of sorts, because I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think he ever mentions her name, like ever.
It's being tipped out the bottle. So it does make you wonder. I mean, guys, I want you guys to see this. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can read this, but a blood alcohol content level of 0.68.
Wow.
That is insane. Legal limit is 0.08. That is almost 6.5 times the legal limit.
Betty's like, fuck, man. And when I got a DUI, I only got to 5.
If anybody, that is literally comatose. That is insane.
We know. Yeah.
Yes. That is right. And this was from a grandmother, guys. This was from a grandmother. Can you imagine I can't, you know, we all think grandmas are great. You know, I personally never met my grandmother. I had my grandfather. My grandmother had passed away when my mom was 15 or 14, 15 years old. So I never had the ability to ever really meet my biological grandmother. And it's sad. But I can guarantee I doubt she would
Yes,
ever
it's sad. We know
ever
it's
have
sad.
done anything to this level. I don't think,
And
you
then yet it's all about her again. Okay. All right. Yes, it's sad that you never knew your grandmother. What the fuck does that have to do with this child being killed that way?
know, there's a lot of grandmothers in my chat right now, and this just
There
is
are.
disgusting and despicable that somebody could do this to their own grandchild. And it happens. It happens, guys. It does happen. And this happens all over the world. You know, we talk all the
It
time
happens all over the world,
about
guys.
how,
It
you know,
happens.
children
Riveting stuff, by the way. Riveting. Oh, oh, oh. It's live.
Okay, this should be one of these. Let's see. This is not it, no. Hey, what's up, man? Definitely not it.
Okay.
This lady can't. Definitely not it. All right, hold on, where's it at? So, anyway, that's an old video right there. If you don't know who that is, Jersey's in the house. Yeah, that is Nina Boy. Check him out. The coward, the guy who got sucked off by the she-male on the thumbnail.
What?
That was some random thing where he just walks up to a detective and gives his snitch survey out. Problem is,
Snitch
didn't
survey.
Nope, sure didn't. Also, you know, it'd be kind of crazy, right? If you're on the internet saying that you're doing all this nonsense and blah, 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 and you know Lederman and you know this and that, and then you're swatting people and this and that. So, hey, man, people have to know what's going on. You know, that's how you back the blue. And, hey, man, I'd love to know what's going on. So, yeah, that happened, but I could literally show you, but the problem is, man, there's so much footage, bro. You're not just gonna have to wait for that one. But oh, you know where it's at,
dude.
The wife has the tablet. But anyway, man, I'm gonna jump off here, y'all. It's been an hour and 9 minutes.
We're not done with you yet.
Nita Boy, man, check him out. So I would play with her, right? And let me tell you what that
let's just
led
get
up
to something random
so
here.
Do count time, and we would joke. So I took a VO5 bottle one time. She's walking down, and I hurried up and I laid in my bunk, and I put the VO5 bottle in my pants. So I was at like I had like a morning wood, like a boner. So she walks down the hallway, and I'm just like, I got the VO5 straight up. And
Okay.
She walks by.
Okay, people, you saw what I just did, right? This is live just now. This is live. He's streaming right now. Might have just logged off. And all I did was just randomly drag the cursor back just at any spot. And I landed on him talking about taking a girl's bottle of VO5 and sticking it in his pants to look like he had morning wood. More riveting stuff. Like, I literally could just blindly just click on something and he's going to be saying something absolutely asinine and ridiculous. That's how fascinating this dude is.
And she's just like, she's got her paper. She's just like, And everyone started laughing. And she peeled the corner. So I was like, so I heard everybody laugh. I'm like, I'm trying to hold a straight face. And then she peeled the corner, and I took it out. And then I would play like stupid little jokes like that with her, right? And
that's stupid. Yeah.
I swear to God, I swear to God,
get out of town. You never do that.
I went to confinement. I was in a really bad dorm. I have a bunch of videos on my channel about this. It's called H dorm, horror dorm. To give you an example.
Okay, so is he talking about when he was incarcerated at some point? I'm guessing probably a mental health facility, because you know they don't put you in prison with women. So White Man Breakfast TV.
The guy Casey White, he would be housed in this dorm. That's the amount of time these people had. Okay, I didn't want to be in there. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't scared. It was a crazy dorm. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. Okay, almost got into one fight in there, but it's not the same.
Shenanigans.
I told the
shenanigans,
story,
people.
Everything else. So I get caught with a knife back there. Had to have it.
Oh, okay. So she was a CO.
Chunking fists back there. It wasn't going down like that. They're playing for keeps. So I got caught with a knife in my mattress because my roommate at the time,
wow,
had a cell phone. He took a charge for the running back of the Titans, Chris Johnson. I did a video on it.
He always has these clever names for everything, right? These not so clever names like Operation Coward and Hordorm. What?
So my roommate he has attempted murder. He actually took the charge for that. Okay, perfect
okay,
example.
so it was prison.
My roommate,
and it was a CO. Okay.
What had celebrity status? He had a badge. He had that honor. He had that like that convict like he was the dude. Okay, because of his crime, right?
Hey man,
they came looking for the phone. They found the knife. I go in. I get out. They put me back in the dorm with the VO5 chick. So
the VO5 chick
dorm where it's A and B side. Over there's A, over here's B, and the opposite station.
Who cares, bro? Get to something.
We would play around and stuff, and joke. Never tried her. But now she came and she's like, "Hey, I need a knife." I'm like, "Man, what?" She's like, "I need a knife." I'm like, "I don't have one." She's like, "Stop lying." Frenchie and blah 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 told me you had one. The officers that work confinement, they knew me good because I was back there.
So was he incarcerated with a woman?
Keep one. Now she's asking me for it, and I'm like, "Man, I'm not giving you a freaking knife." She's like, "I need one." So she's pressing me for it. She's like, I'm like, "Why?" And it was some jit over there. He was messing with her. She's like, "I'm just gonna plant it on him." I'm like, "Man, shit." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "It's gonna be in my locker room when we go to chow, on top of the magazine." So I leave it for her. But it's just that easy. It's just that easy.
To what?
I joked with her. I never tried her. No type of sexual shit. I never, nothing like that. But because with the VO5 bottle, and she'd come by and just stupid shit. I would do stupid shit, like go to the window, say, "Hey, can I have a Tylenol?" And then she'd have to stop what she was doing, go look in the drawers. And by the time she got the Tylenol, she'd go out the window, and I'd walk away.
It's somebody that works there.
She'd be like, "What the hell?" And then I like, just stupid shit like that. But like, just stupid, like flirty shit, but nothing serious. She's asking me for a knife. And hey, I gave it to her. She planted on the dude went to confinement, whatever.
What? Dude, how did this guy not get killed for that shit? For helping someone plant a knife, for helping a CO plant a knife on somebody. What?
And that was it, though, man. Then I left that dorm. Thank God.
And that's flirty?
Because who knows what the hell she's going to ask me for next. But what I'm saying is...
Dude, it sure is, Toast.
It always starts like that. I guarantee you, this dude, I would literally bet my life on this.
He's lit up.
I guarantee you, he asked her for something. For something.
Okay.
And she brought it to him.
And
from that point on, I would bet my life on this. I've seen it a million times. From that point on, whatever they established, it all stemmed from right then and there. This is why my friends, when I was in there, they're like, "Go, Mac, go try her, go try her." Like, nope. No,
dude, he does this all the time.
No way.
He does this all the time, dude. Like most of the time, he makes absolutely no sense, and then he'll start telling a story, and I fall for it every fucking time. Because once in a while, he'll lead me to believe that he's getting to a point, that he's actually, fuck, this dude, like, he was almost there. he was almost there. I got to hear that one more time. That's fucking driving me crazy. Did I miss the point? Is it me?
Whatever. And that was it, though, man. Then I left that dorm. Thank God. Because who knows what the hell she's going to ask me for next. But what I'm saying is, it always starts like that. I guarantee you, this dude, I would literally
bet my life on it. Okay.
This. I guarantee you.
I'm listening. I am.
He asked her for something.
Okay.
For something. And she brought it to him. And from that point on, I would bet my life on this. I've seen it a million times. From that point on.
What did you see a million times? What?
Whatever they established, it all stemmed from right then and there. This is why.
What does that mean?
Go try her.
What does that mean?
No.
You son of a bitch.
No way. It's how it happens, though. Max Wing, yeah.
Wow. It all stemmed from right then and there.
Doug's in here. What up, Doug? What's happening, bro? You been paying attention to this Vicky White? She died. The thumbnail is so we got Vicky on the left. And
okay,
right
so he called Piggy White.
Side of the thumbnail.
He called her Piggy White. Nice.
I should get my facts right. Enchanted Life did a big video on this. Where's the phone at?
Like, this is what he calls covering true crime.
The name is...
Dude, the he, she, the name is... Wow. Okay. The he, she, he says. Which is super politically incorrect.
Chaslin.
Yeah. People don't say that now.
We keep it factual.
Wow.
The problem I have with this one here is this right here. Here's the problem I have with it. The he, she, right? Now, I understand that you got a vaccination, he, she, but the problem is the dude has hepatitis. Like, was there a booster taken before the suckage happened? After the suckage happened, was there a second booster? Like, where was the hepatitis precaution come into play? I'm trying to understand
this. The worst shit ever. Like, this is the most transphobic, homophobic shit I've ever heard on YouTube.
Okay, I guess this is a Facebook thing or something, which I'm not going to post. It's no one's business what the whole person's name is.
And I don't really care about politically correct. Like, that's the wrong term to use. Politically correct. I don't really give a shit about what's politically correct or not politically correct. But I do care about misnaming a certain group of people. You know, that's disrespectful. It minimizes them, makes them out to be less than you or I in any way, shape, or form, and that's not okay. And for some reason, you know, if I found out that somebody who I thought was straight turned out to do whatever they do sexually, my reaction is going to be, why do you think I care what someone puts in their mouth? Why do you think that I care anything about what any person puts in their mouth? Because I don't. And why do you think that that's any of my business, much less any of your business?
We'll play a little bit of Enchanted.
Hello everybody, this is Enchanted Life Path TV. Just watching Benny Keys' video called Dolly, where he started threatening Dolly like mad, or speaking to them very aggressively as soon as Dolly mentioned Chaslin. So watch what Benny says now.
Bro, do you spend this much time fantasizing about your own lovers?
Dude, why don't you just share the screen, bro? Like,
You wonder about some weird ass
it's
shit,
fair
bro.
use if you talk over it, like I'm doing right now to your dumbass.
Yeah, he's got a channel, DC. I forget his channel. Brian has a good channel, a big channel. Is that who you're talking about, right?
Yeah, we was on the I don't know how we got to the Magic Mullet conversation, but because you're gay as fuck. It's always
Oh my god, dude.
places with you, bro. Mullet feels like.
It's just a bunch of
Oh,
people
this is
throwing
not-
around being gay as an insult.
So now,
It's like,
what this is in response to is because if we come over to videos here and we type in, say, X,
yeah, like,
then see
does
Benny
he
Keys
think
done well.
that by not sharing it on the screen that's any better? That's any different? Like, we're still hearing it.
Family is just shit thing. So if we type in here, we come along, sorry.
Listen, you guys are gonna have to check this out for yourself. I'm gonna post it. Shout out to Enchanted Life, man. Y'all tell him Team White Boy sent you. Okay, I dropped the
The
link,
fact that he
man. We got a
even
couple
calls
channels in
himself
here.
that, like, seriously, is
If you
hilarious
wanna,
to me.
I'd like to get some feedback, man. All I can tell you is what's gonna happen to the dude when he goes in. Unfortunately, he's gonna have a better status for the rest of his remaining days.
Dude, you know, and it doesn't hurt that he's 6'9" and nothing's gonna happen to him anyway. Like,
You know, I just thought of something as I'm saying this. If anyone wants to jump up and on thoughts on
and this is the expertise. This is the insight that he is capable of contributing, is from a prisoner's perspective. Like, what kind of, which I could see kind of being interesting. I could see an intelligent ex-convict explaining this and it being interesting if they just were interesting people who, well, I mean, he's interesting, but not for the reasons that he thinks he is, but a person who is actually intelligent, who has actually learned from their mistakes. And I could see them explaining it in a manner that it could be fascinating, because if you're wondering, because we've talked about that in chat. I would be remiss if I didn't, admit that, we talk about, when we talk about these people that get caught doing something terrible, and then we think about the time that they're doing. We talked about it with Chris Watts. Like, I wonder, like, is he somebody's bitch in prison? Like, what's going on with that? And to actually have an educated person who's actually been there and have that insight, explain it in a way that it makes sense, I could see it being interesting as to, but even that extent of insight, he can't even deliver. It's crazy to me. Like, think about that for a second. The extent of this person's insight is what is his experience in prison and explaining this. But the fact is that because he's completely and totally brain dead and he's so jacked up on amphetamine that he can't even deliver that information and make us understand what it could be like for somebody in prison. And that's all he has to offer. And yet he can't even do that.
On the Vicky and Casey thing, you know, the sheriff. So I'm just thinking back right here. This is messed up. And hear me out. I'm watching a video. The sheriff says she's in grave condition. It seems that she attempted to take her own life. Gunshot wound. Then it was Banfield. She goes, "What about the dude?" Nope. He's cooperating, singing. What do you mean singing? Singing on what? Well, okay, because she was still alive. You know what he did?
What?
This coward. This is what he did. This is what he did.
What did he do?
He said, the coward, the 7-foot coward. I guarantee you, he said.
Oh, so you don't know then? So you don't know.
Tried to take her own life. He put it like this. He made it,
like
100%.
Use your words, buddy. Come on.
It couldn't come back on him. Because I was just thinking about,
okay,
could he get charged for this? For the murder or for the death, I'm sorry. And how do they know? How do they know that it was they're in the car together, the thing flips. Let's hear something, man. It's got
oh my god, dude, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Where's the
Susie,
money
to
and
anyone?
guns?
There's a reason to that. He grinds his teeth because he's high as fuck on a major stimulant, whether it be cocaine, crack cocaine, or meth, or fuck, even Adderall. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good one, Doug, right? 90 stacks, right? She sold the house for 90 stacks. They bought a couple dildos in the sex shop.
How do you know what they bought at the sex shop? He has no idea what they bought in the sex shop. That has not been released to the public. Nobody knows what they bought in the sex shop.
Hotel footage, which is nothing. They had to get another car because they abandoned the one.
Dude, it's not difficult. It is not difficult to cover a case. It's really not. I went over that case twice today. I went live twice today. Because it just so happened that the day that I go over the case breaks and they catch him. Right? So I went live twice. And I gave every bit of information that was available that pertained to any that pertained to knowing about the case. It was not difficult to do that. It was not difficult. And a lot of it, all I had to do was just play something and react to it along with you guys. I'm still providing the information, but I'm also providing myself the information as I'm doing it. So I'm learning about the case along with you guys. And it's fun that way. And he's cheating himself out of that experience. Instead, what he's doing is he reads a headline or sees a headline on a YouTube channel or on a YouTube video, and then he like talks like he knows about the case, and he doesn't know anything. Like he knows absolutely nothing about this. Stupid little details.
He's probably got access to the money, man. Did they search the hotel?
How does he have
about it?
How does he have access to the money when he's caught? Okay.
They have footage.
I'm willing to bet that he did not have access to this money. I'm willing to bet that the only reason that she was still alive and lasted as long as she did was because the money was her insurance policy. If anything happens to me, you won't see a dime of that shit. She probably had a plan in place. The way that she planned this escape, she probably had a plan in place to be able to get away with the money. That was her getaway money. And she was going to break him off with something. Worst case scenario. But I don't think so. I think that somehow or another she planned on sticking with him, but I don't think that this dude had access to that money. I'd like to know if that money was recovered. But who knows? Maybe he was loyal to her. Maybe he was loyal to her. Who knows?
Of
Yeah, you can't use that shit now.
Actually, it was before they caught them. Excuse me. Before they broke.
Wow, dude.
She broke him out of the jail. There's hotel footage of her in a hotel,
right?
Just wandering around. What's up, Check-in? How are you tonight?
She was
I'm
not
great. How are you?
wandering around.
Just chilling.
Good. Glad to hear it.
She was pacing because she was waiting for a room, or she was waiting to check out from the room. She wasn't just wandering around the hotel.
Don't make me wait an hour again. No. Forgot. No, I'm only kidding you. I got to bust your chops.
Yeah. Can you give us any feedback on she-mails? Any?
Well, hey, no, never mess with
what?
them. Sorry. I mean, it's either the whole deal or no deal, I guess, for me. So what can I say?
Have you ever walked in on
fuck no
family?
Sorry, no, don't even ask me that shit. Hell no. I think I would have switched with my old man and I'd have been in prison for 14 years and not him. Okay. hell no.
Okay.
That don't swing.
That adds up.
Okay. And I just don't understand.
That adds up. Okay. So she's married to somebody who went to prison for 14 years. So she has a type.
Why don't bring his girlfriend or he, she, her, she, whatever, his little girlfriend, bring her up on panel. Let's get her some questions.
I would like to interview the
she reminds me of, dude, did you guys see Shawshank Redemption? Do you remember the part in Shawshank Redemption when the dude is the young kid who went in there, and Andy Dufresne taught him how to read, and then he tells him this story about a cellmate that he had in another prison, and then that cellmate describes actually being the murderer of Andy Dufresne's wife and her lover at the golf golf club, the golf pro, right? And he was like, yeah, some golf pro, him and that little tasty bitch he was screwing. Like, that's what she sounds like when she laughs and talks, dude. Remember, like, the dude's all messed up teeth. you some golf pro, him and some tasty little bitch he was screwing. That's what she sounds like, dude. She sounds just like that, dude.
The lady
pronoun thing.
Trans man.
Don't want to say him. Don't want to say her.
Just say trans. I guess that's politically correct.
I
have a hard time with all that.
Just say it the right way.
Yeah, get lost.
You know,
I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm sorry. It's kind of funny, I mean, when you got a married man who gets busted out by his sister's boyfriend or brother's boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. I don't know.
You know what's not funny though? I never showed this. I'll show it now.
Not for her, but I mean, come on, how embarrassing.
She won't come on.
I can't with this lady, bro.
You know why I know this? Here's the deal. Planout's coming up, and I've done my homework. Not as good as Enchanted. hats off to Enchanted. But here, so we're talking about the ex-wife that walked in, right?
There
Here's
was
what,
no relation to them.
I did reach out to her. And
What is she talking about?
I said,
I'm telling you, dude.
her name's Lene. So I have a question for you. I saw some of your past interviews.
I'm telling
on
you,
YouTube.
Crispy
Would you like
Treat.
to come on the panel? Maybe have a little interview. She says, about Ben? I said, yes. I don't know anything about what he's got going on now. I don't keep up with that and haven't spoke to the man in years personally.
Wow.
She said, I said, all right, the dude's weird, man. A lot of shenanigans. Figured I'd reach out to you, see you, and if you would want to come on for a few questions, but I could understand.
Oh my God, this dude.
She said, which interview did you see? And then I told her, and she said, okay. She said, the bullshit Ben caused over that is still haunting me.
Wow.
Meaning what she said, I guess he went and attacked her for telling the truth.
I love people who pretend to know what he's talking about. Whenever he has people on panel, he has people just like pretending to listen and be like, wow. Yep. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's because he doesn't make sense. There's no fucking way that anybody's up there going, dude, I feel you. Like, for real. Like, they're not for real.
Address, phone number, pics, and my house on the internet. And I could try to show you this without.
That is sad, dude.
Yeah, I'll
She
show you.
does it to everybody.
With blocking her name, I'll show it to you.
Isn't that the same lady that he busted or snitched on, and it was his stuff? I mean, it's the same person, right? That radio station.
I don't.
Yeah.
Neither
She
one
said,
of them knows what the other is
yeah.
talking about.
Then I said, what a piece of shit. I believe I said, look, no worries. I don't want you to have to go through that or anything else with this dude. If you had to deal with all that. She says, no worries. I'm pretty sure he's back on drugs and spiraling out of control. I hear he lives in his mom's garage and his wife left him. I guess this is two wives. So I don't know. Dude. His behavior seems to reflect drug use. I said, if I could help you anyway, blah, 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 blah. Left her alone. Woman seems like she's went through it. I don't want to add to her misery or anything like that. But
I mean, he finishes sentences sometimes, but he doesn't ever make a valid point. Ever. Dude, he almost did. He came so close tonight, man. Like, he came so close.
The brother-in-law would come.
Yeah, you don't want to re-victimize her. She's already been victimized enough by Benny. I mean, look what he does. You know, come on.
Yeah, I know.
He's just below. It's way beyond any kind of limits of any moral compass whatsoever. I think his sprung when he was sprung by his brother-in-law's boyfriend or whatever it was.
Yeah, you're right, Doug. That's correct, Lene. Yeah.
Your dear rolls in the urinal.
What's up with the dildos?
Yeah, look.
Oh, that was in Kansas.
Look who's in his chat.
I didn't see. Oh, the dolly. He went and got some dildos over there.
Somebody threw a.
Of course, this dude's in his chat.
And you know, ES Earn says there's dildos in the yardo. That's how he says it.
Oh, I think she got set up. I think somebody did that to her.
Either that or it's another lie. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah. I actually feel bad for that lady.
But this guard thing, I want to get back to that for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just put up a video today. Go check it out. It's a guy named Darnell Smith. He did that in my state in Minnesota. And when he got released,
of course you're from Minnesota.
To lure in his debt that he needed to get done, you know, that one debt that he just was going to get out and do. When he got released, he lured her, he seduced her the whole time.
Exactly.
She was in there. She lost her job. She was really good, you know, prom girl, sports, you know, good family, good upbringing, you know, really good girl. And this guy lured his dad into her house, killed, mutilated, cut him up, and now she's in prison. He is too. He's in Supermax in Oak Park Heights. So Yeah.
Like you could always tell by the people that they
Man, it
associate
happens a
with,
lot.
dude.
What's weird, I guess for me is this, man.
Okay, is he gonna make a point?
It's prison. It's prison. So there's a lot of training and stuff like that, and most women that work in a prison system, they
Okay.
gotta be well into their 20s. The point is, they've been hurt in life.
She was,
Take the tease
I
away.
think she
Take
was
the
like
tease away.
57.
I mean, it's human nature. Guys want girls, girls want guys. Take the tease out of the prison. Don't let them work there, right?
What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I mean,
Oh my
it would solve a lot of
God,
things, but
dude.
at the same time, I just don't think it'll ever happen because
Here we
it's
go.
already, there's already not enough people who want to do that job. They don't pay them people nothing. I think they make
I
them
don't.
12 an hour.
One of your chapters asked what you thought of what makes what type of person makes a CO. Tries to be a CO.
Somebody asked that. That's a good question. Listen, there's really cool COs, man. Some people just go and get a job and they don't bother. Look, there's a lot of COs that just go to work and man, they don't want problems. They just go get a paycheck, man. They're not assholes, but they're also not like to be taken advantage of. You know where they stand.
Right.
And you have to respect that.
Like,
then you have
understand something, guys. All right. She had to be so good at her job. Okay. Vicky White had to be amazing at her job. Winter Moon, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. She had to be so good at her job. Dude, it's Alabama, okay? And she's working in a very male-dominated field. She's doing this for 15 years. She rises to being second in her whole unit, second in command. The assistant director, right? She rises to this point, and on top of that, she is a 4-time Employee of the Year winner. And you're going to tell me that because she's a female, that she shouldn't have been working there? That's your argument? Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain things like, no, I don't think that trans women should be competing in sports and women's sports. There's just a genetic disadvantage there. I don't believe that. No. But I mean, Vicky White worked there for 15 years, worked her way up to being second in command of the entire facility, and was a 4-time Employee of the Year winner. That doesn't happen through what do you call it? Affirmative action. That doesn't happen that way. That happens through hard work and being the best, being better than the other guy. That's how that happens. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that just because she's a woman, that that's what happened. You're going to tell me that you couldn't. What about somebody who's gay and a corrections officer? You're going to tell me there's no gay corrections officers? Men? Right? You're going to tell me that they couldn't have been seduced by a prisoner? And the same thing couldn't have happened? I mean, this is the mind of a homophobic right here. It's just what that is. You know? The mind of a person who would adopt racism as an ideal. Someone who would adopt sexism, and someone who would adopt homophobia and transphobia. That's exactly what that mindset is right there. For a woman right there to say that is crazy to me. Like, just because she's a woman, she shouldn't have been working there because that might happen. That's ridiculous. Well, I mean, it's her saying it. It's her saying it.
The guys that are real dicks, they're there just for the power trip, and then you have the cool dudes, you have the dicks, and then you have
okay. So, and also just for that reason, should a lesbian not be allowed to work there as a CO? Because there's lots of those. Should that even though she probably can do her job better than any of the men, hell, should there be no female police officers? I mean, where do you draw the line on that? There should be no female cops, right?
So the women could be.
I mean, you were in prison with women guards, so I mean, I was never in prison, you know, so I don't know. I just know.
The problem is the women are the same way.
You're right.
You have women who are there, who are just getting a paycheck, and then you have the ones who are like overly yelling all the time. In Florida, there's something called reckless eyeballing.
They got
that. So oh my God. So for the women that are like really aggressive and stuff, they can set you up. They'll say, "Boy, don't you reckless eyeball me!" And like, not even doing it. Like it's like this is messed up. This is one thing I wish Florida still did. Right back in the day, if you got caught doing like a homosexual activity, you go to confinement and they put a piece of paper. They notify your family. Wife. Oh,
wow,
that's good. They don't do it anymore. Or if you're in the shower doing the weird stuff, they notify the family. They don't do it anymore. But
there's a reason why they don't do it anymore. It's because it's fucked up.
Hell is reckless eyeballing? I could be like looking.
You can't just out dude. You can't just fucking out somebody like that. Like, there's a reason why they don't do that anymore. Because it's the same reason why you can't beat on the inmates. It's the same reason you have to feed the inmates. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Look at the calendar and you think that I'm looking at your rack. That's reckless eyeballing.
You know what you're supposed to look at. I mean, you look at a person. You're not probably looking, you know, but you're walking, your eyeballs are walking on eggshells, right? I mean,
aren't they wearing vests?
You want to know what to look at. You look at your foot the whole time when somebody's talking.
Yeah. So they were saying that.
But yeah, you're supposed to. You're not supposed to make I mean, I've never been to prison, but every prison movie that I've ever seen, they're talking about how you can't make eye contact. You're not supposed to make eye contact with the guards. Like, because it's a form of discipline. Just keep your head down and do as you're told. That's prison life.
Getting that piece of paper home a lot, and dudes were getting like.
And of course, there's going to be, dude. Yes, you have a prison full of violent and sexual offenders. Okay, and you've got a female guard working amongst a bunch of dudes who are incarcerated and are probably sex offenders. Could be. Of course, there's going to be a rule. Of course, it makes sense that there's going to be a rule that you can't ogle the female guards. Female guards have a right to feel safe. Like,
charges for reckless eyeballing, and it was behind just the woman that was like
reckless eyeballing. Sounds like something that makes sense.
I guess the point is, what I'm saying is, you have the dudes.
What's the point, dude?
COs, they're like either assholes or they're just neutral cool, but at least you know where they stand.
Okay, Okay, good
in
job. You made a
women
point.
CEOs, even with
Stupid,
that guy that's an
but you made a
asshole,
point.
you better not go ask him for anything stupid or you know where he stands.
Don't waste his time. Don't waste his time. Yeah.
The guy that's just there for his paycheck, you might be able to catch him on a good day for something to go on.
But see,
for the women,
this is how I know that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because he's trying to explain. He's talking about her. He's trying to describe Vicky White. He's trying to describe her, but he knows nothing about her other than the fact that she was female and that she had an inappropriate relationship with Casey White. That's the only thing that's the only thing that he's explaining, because the way that I just explained it was the perfect way to explain why why she was working there in the first place and why it was not a problem that she was female, simply because she did her job better than most anybody else in the South and in a very male-dominated field. Because I promise you they didn't play favorites to her in Alabama. I can almost guarantee it. These were people that were like, is she doing the job? Well, then great. She's doing the job. She's doing it better than everybody else.
there you have the ladies that are always yelling and the reckless eyeballing and all this. You know where they stand. Don't even try it. But for the ones that are just there for their paycheck, it's the same as the guy, but they're just more approachable.
Shut up. Shut up. All right. Let's see what. Oh, sweet.
Even deny. You know, I bring up to them the fact that these two people went to see two separate couples counselors. When you were
And for the record, I'm sorry, don't mean to cut you off, but I wish everyone would quit in your chat saying, well, she recorded him. He admitted on the stand that he started that.
Yes, he did. His
He
testimony
admitted it.
Yeah, his testimony was he initiated the recording.
Exactly what was said was he told her, I'm going to start recording you in the abuse. And she said, well, I'll start recording you. He admitted
Okay, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Okay. Maybe the reason why Johnny Depp started recording her is for exactly the reason why he just said that you just admitted that he said on the recording, I'm going to record you now because of the abuse. Probably to get her to stop. Because maybe if she knows she's being recorded, she won't abuse him anymore. So who cares if he's the first one to record?
Just like that.
I would too.
So is there people not watching, or are they closing their ears to that? I mean,
yeah, they close their ears to that. They hear what they want to hear and don't hear what they don't want to hear. But when you were in your domestic violence situation and you were in your difficult relationship, did you guys seek counseling? Did you go for counseling?
No, he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't go.
Mm-mm. And I'm not a supporter of her. I do like Johnny Depp, but none of us were there. And he does seem like the type, I've watched a few of his movies since this, and he does seem like the type that's a narcissist, childish, wants people to.
I love how people say narcissist.
Diaper
like
his
that.
ass. Let's just put it out there.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I see it.
Okay, so how does that make someone an abuser? How does that automatically make someone an abuser? Someone who's a Hollywood spoiled brat. That automatically makes them abusive? That's news.
Doesn't mean I don't like him. I still like him. But I'm not so naive to think that he ain't like some other men out there. You know? And let's put out there, he started his acting at 18 years old. When did he ever take care of his finances?
What are you talking about?
the right way. He
had
didn't
somebody
know
else-
how.
Yeah, he'd had somebody else doing it.
What
for
is
him.
so what? That's what most people do. They hire a financial advisor, they hire a lawyer. That's what most people with a lot of money do,
Right. He didn't even know how.
especially when you're 18 years old. And so, wait a minute. So, and I know he wasn't 18. I know he wasn't 18. He started earlier than that. So let me get this straight. So him being responsible with his money at a young age, doing the right thing, going, I don't know what to fucking do with this money. Him doing the right thing and hiring people to watch out for him is spoiled. It's bratty.
So, yeah, he can spend his money however he wants, but there's a time in your life where you become an adult, right?
Right.
And start saying, well, do I need to spend $500, $600 on a bottle of wine?
Well, they'll say that it was her spending. They'll say it was her.
But he did it. Now, he admitted, somebody, well, maybe not him, but one of his people admitted that he bought it for her.
Right. He's
Okay, he didn't have to. He could say, no, I'm not paying that for wine.
right. But he did anyway. And then, so to then turn around and blame it on her is silly.
Now, when she was explaining the bottle thing, yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it.
Yes, the sexual assault with the
Yeah, I believe he may have sexually assaulted her. I don't think he did it with a bottle because I was
Okay.
sexually assaulted
Okay.
when I was in my relationship. I couldn't walk for 3 days and it wasn't a bottle.
Okay. As I'm sad to hear about that. Let's get back to the Johnny money thing. I'm looking at an article right here where it says that Johnny Depp, his net worth is of $100 million. Okay. He's accumulated $100 million. If I'm worth $100 million, I can buy expensive things and not have to worry about it. That's the luxury of being worth $100 million. So their argument here is that their argument here is that he got old enough to manage his money, but the more money he made, probably realized that the best thing to do is to keep people around that are going to manage your money for you. But because he's buying expensive things, he's being irresponsible with his money. That's what somebody with no money does. That's what I do. I spend money irresponsibly because I don't have enough to spend on stupid things. And I don't honestly spend my money on a lot of stupid things. But like I'll get DoorDash when I really can't afford to get DoorDash. It would be more beneficial for me to go to the grocery store. I'll buy a 12-year-old bottle of scotch when I probably should have just went with oak leaf that night. So yeah, because I like to have nice things once in a while. I'll buy a steak when I know that I'm going to be eating chicken and rice for the next week after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think she should have probably, if that truly happened with the bottle, she should have sought medical attention immediately.
Well, no, not
And she wouldn't have,
necessarily.
I don't think she'd have been able to walk.
No. They make.
See, I'm kind of liking this lady because she knows how Kay works. Like she's on Team Johnny and she's making points and she's calling Amber a liar. And this is the opposite of what Kay has been trying to do. This is the opposite of the narrative. And now she's won Kay over. And so now she's basically saying, no, I was a victim. And, and I get what you're saying, Toast. True. But at the same time, she's making a solid point where it's like, why didn't she go get medical attention? Why didn't she You know, if you were assaulted sexually with a broken bottle, that would have caused some serious damage.
They make sex toys out of glass. They have glass sex toys. So you can use a glass phallus. So what really would be the difference?
The part that I didn't get though was she's slamming into her pelvic bone. Wouldn't that break it? I mean, I don't know. I never.
If it's if it's hollow, it could. Yes.
So it's a pretty tough. It's a pretty strong bone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a human head comes out of it. So
yeah,
no.
I never thought
a human
of it that
head
way.
isn't a glass bottle.
Bruised.
Are you listening to this
hurting.
logic, people?
You know, I was sexually assaulted at a party.
Oh my God.
When I was about 15 years old, in Los Angeles. I was sexually assaulted, and I don't really remember a whole lot about it. It's very fragmented. I don't, because I was drinking stupidly at 15, so I don't really remember a lot about it. But I've certainly had my share of wild sexual escapades.
Yeah.
With
Oh
various
my God!
men.
Please, somebody
I've had
fucking
my
kill me right now.
wilder moments where I woke up the next day and was bow-legged. You can
Oh
handle
my
a lot
God.
in there, you know.
Maybe it's I couldn't walk because I was being held down from both ends.
Jesus Christ!
You know.
Like I'm seriously getting
Hang
sick
on
to
a
my
second,
stomach
Lily
right now.
Kitty. Naomi Roberts, just you have your camera on. I like to warn people before I add them. If you don't want your, there you go. I just don't want people to be caught off guard by having their face shown. Lily Kitty, stay with us. Naomi, what have you got to say?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. So my thing is, people aren't watching. There's evidence that can't be submitted in court, and it's a whole 5-hour recording she made from that night and morning, where she admits she cuts his finger off, and her doctor's there and her nurse is there, and they don't know they were being recorded. And in the recording, you can hear them say that the only injury she has on her, this is her doctor, the only injury she has on her is on her forearm, and it's 2 little cuts. And in his opinion, and he says it like twice, it's self-inflicted.
Okay, stop right there. It's not 5 hours long. I just played it. It's only 36 minutes long, and I just proved that it's completely garbled. You can't hear a word. No, let me finish. If you listen to it without being your handheld with the subtitles, because the subtitles are erroneous, in my opinion.
Okay, so guys, one thing you got to know about canceled Karen here is she's one of those people that will play something and then tell you that you didn't hear what you heard. She'll say, no, look what it says here. It's like, wait, no, that's not what it said. Okay. Oh, but the bottle wasn't broken. Why did I hear somewhere that the bottle was broken? See, this is one of the things I hate about this case, because there's too many people talking. Too many people just getting little details wrong that matter. But I can trust Cherry when it comes to this, because she's been following this for a long time.
Because it's so garbled. It's the quality of the recording is so poor.
Okay, Amber said
Number
it
one,
was.
You need to tell me who subtitled it, what their qualifications are, because I watched it with the subtitles and I listened without the subtitles. The subtitles are very misleading. There's absolutely no way they're accurate.
Wow.
Because it's so badly garbled. It's only 36 minutes long. And no, you do not hear her.
So now
she admits to.
Now Karen's word of the day is gargled. What was it before? It was God, what was it?
Throwing the
snipe.
bottle.
It was sniping. So it was sniping the other night. Now it's gargle.
You then have Jerry Judge, who's now deceased, who cannot be cross-examined, saying to Dr. Kipper, you barely make it out, where he says she admitted she hit him first. Jerry Judge is dead, so we don't know That's another he said, she said moment. But Jerry Judge is his security. So of course he's going to pamper Johnny Depp because he did for all those years. He pampered and spoiled him. Okay. Dr. Kipper
Wow.
was not technically her doctor. He was Johnny Depp's doctor. And him saying that he believes the injuries are self-inflicted, again, that's subjective. That's just his opinion. He has a right to his opinion, but it doesn't make it accurate. So the recording is not 4 or 5 hours long. It's only 36 minutes long, and it's absolutely loaded with ambient noise. You can hear glass, doors banging, garbage bags being, you hear them looking for the finger, which is ridiculous. It opens up with Johnny Depp yelling like a toddler. So
Okay, so so they're looking for the finger. How's that ridiculous? Dude, if I get an appendage cut off, I'm looking for it because I know it can be put back on through surgery. You take it, put it on ice, take it to the emergency room, and be like, fix this. Fix this, please.
again, I've listened to it. I just
You can-
played it. I just
you can-
played it.
I know, but you can clearly hear them talking about it, and
You can't.
they-
It's garbled. I just
you
played
can
it.
clearly
Gargled
hear
again.
moments in
I'm
there
not
where they're
clearly
talking,
at all.
and they don't mention anything about Amber being hurt. Which, if she was abused in the way she said, then when they would have mentioned something about it. They didn't, and they only mentioned Johnny Depp because he was severely injured, and she does, in my opinion, I can hear her admit her cutting his finger off, and I guess that's just, you know,
No, she doesn't at any point admit she cut his finger off. In fact, she's hardly in the audio at all because she's upstairs sleeping.
no, it's
She's
that's
Wow.
not true. There's a whole part of
Okay,
it where
so
you
hold
can hear
on.
her, and the
Let's-
original audio from Australia was 5 hours long. She recorded it,
I want to see.
and there's
Let's
a whole
see.
bunch of audio that you can.
There's with every 30 words.
We're going to
What you're-
listen to that now.
It's so subjective to the listener, right? But it, again, incredibly inappropriate for some random person. We don't know what the conditions were that they just made these subtitles. We don't know what equipment they were using for them to put in, or what qualifications they have to subtitle, for them to just slap in subtitles is
Just
very,
slap 'em in,
very,
right?
very manipulative.
Just
You either
slapping in
care
subtitles.
that you're being manipulated or
Okay.
you don't. In order to take this gobbledygook, this jumbled, mumbled, gumbled mess.
So yeah, this is Kay trying to say that evidence isn't evidence because there's a conspiracy theory because, you know, the Washington Post is just slapping in subtitles
Of voices, some of them at different distances from the recording device. Sometimes they're closer, sometimes they're further. You hear glass being strewn about. You hear it's a chaotic moment. In order to take that and think that you're going to parse out accurate,
just so you know, okay, this is the difference between me and canceled Karen here, okay, is what I'll do is I will play. Normally, most of the time, I haven't even heard the recording yet, right? And as a matter of fact, I have not heard this recording. As a matter of fact. Sorry, I'm getting... Okay, what is this? Is this the recording? Oh, okay. All right. I do want to hear that, but I actually want to hear Kay's because this is what this is about. This is what this is about. I want to hear how Kay twists this up.
subtitles. I'm sorry. No, you can't. And this person actually
And what I was
goes
getting
to
at,
the
what I was saying before was the difference between me and canceled Karen here is I will normally, most of the time, it will be it won't, I'm not worried about a strike, Cherry. It will be a reaction. It'll be a reaction because I want you guys, I what she's doing here is she's listening to it, and then what she does is before she even goes on, she sets it up and she's trying to manipulate the listener in her audience as to what they're going to hear. She sets it up, right? So that you're already leaning towards that way if you're a K follower. You see what I'm saying? It's extremely manipulative. So she's projecting and saying she's doing exactly what she's accusing the people who made this recording are, and saying that it's subjective instead of admitting that her opinion is subjective. It's classic K.
Links of subtitling and putting in there what Amber Heard is saying, and there's no way that they can be hearing that. There's no way. It sounds like mumbling. They're making it up as they go.
But she's not showing the subtitles. She is right. It's kind of difficult to hear. All right, so let me try this real quick. All right, so okay, I can confirm that's what he said right there.
I wish you fucking understood what you are and who you are and how you fucked me over and make me feel sick of myself.
Now he's clearly intoxicated here, but he is saying what the subtitles are saying. I can hear it clearly.
That's just disappointing. We're still finding our forgiveness with that on. He's going to be super out.
He's definitely saying those things.
I can't find it. I know, but it would have been, hello, it would have been where the initial injury, well, actually, it could be in here too. So, I just, so you know, I'm going to tell her.
Wow.
I'm sure Nathan. I just want 10.
But I'm not hearing Amber so far.
The majority of the blood, Debbie, is downstairs, but I went through that really carefully.
He's clearly saying that.
are really concerned because he's got a lot of pain.
A lot of pain.
He's got a lot of pain also. You saw that. But it's a very important thing to get infected. My reasoning, which may be wrong, should be where all the blood is, and that's down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Let me go give it some time and then I'll come back.
Yeah. I looked at it really carefully, but Dad's down there, he couldn't see it either.
Okay.
Didn't find it.
Oh.
All right, Jerry.
Throw it in the trash and then it is.
My advice, Amber's gotta take care of herself, we're gonna take care of them. They can't be together now since the So, however, Amber, I think she should be in Los Angeles with her support system. And this got run its course. And this is not gonna be 1 day, it's gonna be 2 days.
Huh.
How about I think somebody needs to fly with her.
Jerry's
She won't touch her.
The subtitles are accurate.
I mean, I know, I don't need to invalidate what you're saying, but.
No, but I'm just wondering if there's another person. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I asked those same questions earlier. And all of them were back. For that reason. Because he's not that big. He's a strong guy.
Yeah, is there a trash that has bandages in it?
What works, man?
Don't mess with the outside.
Oh, they have flavor.
What's just yes. Which I feel like it's maybe one of the first things that we can't when I'm scared of.
Now, look through this. I looked through it once. I didn't see anything that looked like flesh. It's the thing, but I bet it's in here. He's got this all over. I mean, he's gonna get infected, so that we have to start ours.
So one thing that's very telling about this video is the concern is John's finger. It's Johnny's finger. That's the concern here, not, you know, and I'm not saying that on Amber's part. Like, nobody in this recording seems to be hell bent on crucifying Amber.
How big of a piece of skin are you looking for?
We're looking at this. We're looking at like a third. And it's that, I mean, he's going to get cellulitis.
Wow. Johnny thinks it's my fault. What do I do? And that sounded pretty accurate too. Now it was distant, but yeah. She's only concerned about what's going to happen to her because now there's witnesses that are out here and they're medical professionals and they're looking for the piece of Johnny's finger that is lost. And so she's saying, Johnny thinks it's my fault. What do I do? Now that's not an admission, at least not yet, that she did this. But what it is very telling because she's worried about her, not him. She's worried about her.
Maybe she should have
some. Now she's saying poor Johnny. Wow. There's the admission. There's the admission. She just said, I didn't do it on purpose. I never meant to hurt him. He needs me.
She only usually takes 25. You okay with 50?
Oh, the Sarah?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 100. But here's 50.
She's completely worried about repercussions. She's worried about consequences.
So I'll tell you what's going on that. This is guilt.
Right.
She won't take 50. I gave her 25 and 300 and said you reassess in a little bit.
I don't want people talking. I don't feel like it. Wow.
Ben's saying that as we speak, I'm saying, David's still on, I didn't talk to John, so you know what's going on. She can't work at this and she can't trust me. Because when I told Christine, that she can't work and told me John, she's listening, she wants to go where he is, she knows he's gone, she thinks she's going to do something else like that.
And this was today, but the witch was paying it.
What's this process of the guy? I don't know if she's talking over herself.
This is so interesting.
He's in Malcolm. He is asleep. It's a street recollection, so he's good. And on top of that, hopefully she'll have to do what they're doing. But she hasn't given me the fire on so that she wants. She wants to stay here and see it.
Well, if he's so abusive, right? Then why doesn't she want to leave? Now, there's that question. And I know a lot of people will say, well, people deal with their abuse with their abusers differently. Sometimes they feel trapped and they just feel, and they're victimized in the sense that they're trapped mentally by their charm and by their manipulation. Okay, so why is she saying I'm afraid that people are going to think that this is my fault? Why is she worried about that? Why is she talking about herself? Yeah, it's so gargled, whatever the fuck that means.
Well, Ben is saying she's just happy. He's happy to go with her. So, you know, although she's talking to me and she keeps following me, she's made it quite clear to me. She said, I thought I trusted you, but I don't, because you told Christy to make more of your fuck on her. I suggest I did. I said, no, I'm she turned around and said, Joey, I called 5 different times over the last couple of weeks, and said that Julie told me that, so she just
said, you said much, but I'm not going to let you. I told you I'll never let you to go like a job. So, and she is talking to me. She's obviously crying up and down for the mirror. You know, to give them some minutes. At least then, I'm getting said she's 2 or 3 hours. I'm saying, no, I'm still going to let them my body. Stay in the kitchen. And say, if she wakes up, she'll have to give her another one. And she might sleep through the night. So I'm deciding what to do. I'm hoping she'll I don't have any pain, but the other one, you can get on the plane more.
So Johnny went upstairs and went to sleep, and what they're trying to do right now, like, this is very telling too. They're just trying to control the Amber scenario, the Amber aspect, the Amber element of the entire thing. The Johnny thing is under control. Okay, dude, like, go upstairs, get some rest. You know, did they give him painkiller for having his finger cut off? Because if they did, then I could see him falling asleep. And now, if a third of the tip of my finger was cut off, I don't know if I'd be able to fall asleep right away after being so angry. And I don't have any drugs in my system or alcohol. Because I made the mistake. I was like, yeah, he sounds wasted. But I mean, he always does. He always does. It's just the way he talks.
We also do this, this guy's coming down. This. Well, no, if I have a point, I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to, as I said, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm happy to get back and have her over. And then we got nature taking schools. But I've always said to Stephen, tomorrow has to be, film-wise, has to be cancelled. Okay, he's in no fit state. He's in no fit state. And I'm Stephen. Okay, all right. I hear what you're saying. I'm just, look, I've seen you on the bed. I've never seen this guy. When I say he wrecked this place, I mean, it's wrecked. There's no problem. There's TV. She did it. Was it from? It missed. There's been bombs from. She admits to me, she threw a bottle on. She did it first. She admits to me that, and I said to her, she said, I was really beautiful things to do in my temple. He was shouting out, screaming out. And that's scratches on her left arm, which Daddy told me about. I looked at it, and I've seen those scratches before on other people. And it's all on just self-inflicted.
Okay, now who is this guy? So who is this guy? It's Ben, but is he a doctor? I'm just waiting for the answer to that. Okay, that's Jerry Judge. So who is Jerry Judge?
To get this whole thing calmed down. I've been hurt. I've been hurt. He's trying to sit up. I understand her.
Okay. So just, you know me, I have to play devil's advocate here. I have to play devil's advocate here. So he's the head of security. He's not a doctor. He's head of security. And, you know, he is more likely to side with Johnny on this situation. He could be biased. And so, you know, this is him saying that the wounds look self-inflicted on her. So I have no choice but to take that with a grain of salt. Okay.
She actually hit him in the face, but he has a small burn on the right hand side of his face, which she says, I see that yesterday, She said on Friday, he got a cigarette and put into his own face with the cigarette and it was so bad. He's not well. We need to help him out in every way we possibly can, but we need to help. And I thought, so she's got money with here. She's sometimes listening, sometimes not. And I said, you can't help her. You can't. You two need to be separated. You can speak on the phone, but you need to leave them alone. By the way, we have now found a piece of flesh on the top of the sink. It's packed in ice. It's on its way back to the lowest of the mountain. It's happening on its own way back now. Wrapped up with heart. He just thinks it's John's medication. And I'm still talking to her. When we honest with you, she's responding to me. She breaks down in 5 minutes. She's made it quite clear that he has told me that after 2 weeks when I told him, she said, I have to get through so many jobs by how much you have to down by telling Chris that I can't go a fat old man. And I said, I did. Because I'm not the money for the job. I'm not the money for the job. And then 5 minutes later, she said to me, do you think he does it? No, that wasn't my concept. Right, she will tell us what she's going to do. I'm just, she know it. And I said to you, because she said, no, that's the problem. It has to be so much stronger. Can she kicks on? So, we will be leaving here to look at the same hotel. I've got a house coming up just in case. And I'll see what Malcolm wants to do. I'll see what Malcolm wants to do. Because,
yeah, so if she has a history of self-harm, I understand that too.
I'll send it if not, I'm going to go to get that way. But it's all hidden this. It's all like, and one minute she agrees, no, I'm not trying to get her to go.
Huh.
Within 2 hours, he took 10 ecstasy tablets.
Okay, there's no way that that's true. Not at the beginning of this recording was that somebody who is on 10 on a pack of ecstasy. That's called a pack. When you buy it in 10, it's called a pack. When you buy acid in 10, it's called a strip. Okay? Now I have done a pack of ecstasy before. It was a long time ago. There is no way that he would have been able to talk. He would have been lying down, basically, practically chewing on his own tongue, with his eyes rolled in the back of his head and moaning. There's no way he would have been able to talk or understand what was going on. Exactly.
She said it didn't want me to smell it. When I turned around and told him he was drinking, he calmed down. He had started drinking and then he picked up 1 bottle and threw it to the room. But I know he's a certain moment wrestling. Hang on a second, my doctor's agreeing. I don't want to say she did it. Why he did it. Right now, what's and Dennis looked at it. David has said this. It hasn't fallen down the sink. Now, what I'm saying is that she just
Who's he talking to?
She doesn't smell booze.
I'm curious about who he's talking to right now.
All she wants to do, all she needs to do is love. See the moment of her everything. Get the fuck out. That's all. Everyone she wants to be there. We need to fuck out. I just said I think a couple of minutes. Yeah, that was what went at the TV or I look at the cover of the TV. Right. Yeah, the cover of the TV. The evidence. And I'm going to you do? Why can't you see him? Because he's obviously not there. It doesn't make any difference, does it? No. I said I'd give a couple of minutes and have them finish packing. I need to know what's that. So tell me, you need to look for a package you up for it. Well, let me know because I'm going to Christy and John. I mean, I just said, get this price. So I'm sure we need. Who's getting by now?
So who's he talking to now?
That's not.
Wow.
He's away, I presume he's away, that's what they're saying. I answered it just left the hotel. So I'm assuming he's awake. But then to take him down there to have it done. And I will say, it is true, the quicker you get it done, the quicker it takes. It'll heal up a lot quicker. Okay? So, okay. Well, let's see, we can just get the room into my name or whatever, or she room to shoot in my name, and then we'll see what she wants to do. Don't get me wrong. She's cooking, she's changing her mind every 5 minutes, okay? Yeah. I understand. Okay. Well, he's dangerous. I'll be honest with you. I do believe the way she is, we need, if she kicks on, we need someone strong like me and Malcolm to be with her. But I would say, Ben has been upstairs for 2 hours. He's talking to her, and he has a way of just keeping her calm. What I do not want to do at the moment is jeopardize what we're doing with Johnny, because his finger comes first. And you know what? Seriously, if she has to stay here an extra 24 hours to get him sorted out, fuck it, she stays here for another 24 hours if we have to. Johnny's more important. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, the way she's talking, she's breaking down in front of her. At the same time, she's packing a bag, so she knows what she's doing. I don't think she intends to do anything stupid. Well, she keeps saying, I don't believe him. I'm going to say, look, he needs some time on his own. And then when he's on his own, we'll remind him, and then you two can talk on the phone, and then you can come back.
Yeah, she wants to control the situation. Absolutely.
She needs to leave Australia to get the fuck out of here. She really does. And that's why that's kept us over there. She said she's doing at least a bottle of vodka, a bottle of tequila. At one point, she recommended that she needs to do 10 exercises.
Dude, so wait a second. So she downed a bottle of vodka and a bottle of tequila. Yeah, of course, Cherry. She downed a bottle of vodka and a bottle of tequila and is doing blow. The only way, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what kind of tolerance you have. The only way a woman of her stature and of her weight can down a bottle of vodka and a bottle of tequila and still be coherent in any way, shape, or form is by blowing down rails. That is it. Cocaine. That is the only way.
You know, this is a topic and the other thing is to make quite clear to you, she's like, wants to look through a number of occasions, and I trust you, but I trust you more. Because apparently over the last 2 weeks, Julia said, you're with a fat old man. I didn't say that. And she said, yes, you are, because Christy told me, because she said to Jerry in London. And she asked me, I suggested. Hello. Okay, we're still talking. I'm trying to help her and clean up as much as we can. She seems to be quite happy. I'm asking her. And she seems to be happy if Ben travels with her. Now, she's also saying to me, if I stay here, do I promise that I'll keep her up to date and what's happening to him? And I said I would. She's still upstairs. She hasn't come down yet. We think she might be sleeping. Now, my question is to you, are you happy for that to happen? So I don't care either way. I'm happy to travel to LA and drop her off.
Oh, okay. I got it.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That she's saying that she said that he drank that much, but his toxicology report came back clean. On top of the X, that he drank that much, was doing blow, and on 10 hits X. that dude would be in a fucking coma, bro. Anybody would be in a fucking coma.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
If not dead. Like dead, bro. Like straight up. Like that's dude. Like that's the celebrity death that people go, dude, what? How? No wonder.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
Like, I know Keith Richards played his dad in a movie. I know that happened. I know that, but I mean, that's not a close enough relationship to be able to party like Keith Richards does. There's just no way.
No, I'm saying Amber, she does. She's not a fool. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now, yeah, pick them up and bring them through. We get a car and then take it to the apartment. And I've asked her, would she go and see her shrink? She said she would. And as soon as he's calm, and as soon as David has given his medication and he gets himself sorted out, then maybe later on in a week, in 2 days, in 7, whatever David tells us, and maybe then she talk. But she keeps obviously doing the usual thing and breaking down in tears, saying, shall I go, shall I go, shall I go? And I know. Yes, yeah, shall I leave, shall I stay here? And
dude, like, okay. I honestly don't know how much Charlie Sheen would consume, but I'm under the impression that would have killed Charlie Sheen. Like that much. Because we already saw what he looks like when he's when he's up a few days on coke and he's drinking. He's talking about tiger blood and shit. Like, and he's winning. So yeah, we're not hearing Johnny talking like that.
And I just said, look, I'll be honest with you, they don't want me to sing because at the moment that's the problem. And at least she's listening, but I'm very fine that she's bursting into tears. Now, what I will say to you is that I know Nathan's working on it. I've just spoken to Stephen. They're at the hospital waiting for the hand surgeon to come in to try and get fixed on his finger. So that's okay. All right? All right.
To one head down, one head with that crush, easy to crush the other one is okay. Let me see if you look at me. On top of Xanax, Adderall, ecstasy, and
Okay. That's her saying what she took. Let's hear that one more time. Okay, so 2 that used to be crushed up coke. Okay. All I was popping was Xanax, Adderall, ecstasy, and hallucinogens. That's all. That's all.
I hate that he hates me. I hate that I'm the one that has to go, I hate that I'm the element that really sets it off. I hate that Jerry. I don't want to do that. I really hate it.
Wow.
I was trying to make that a very calm, rational point.
Bullshit.
Before he goes off, and I was trying to talk to him irrationally and stuff, and then of course it just came off. When we got to that point where we're in the same office. I feel so stupid, Jerry. I go over here and shit things.
Wow, dude. Like it's all about her. Like if she was telling the truth, wouldn't she be helping looking for the finger instead of sitting here complaining and whining and sad fishing?
I reckon we roll this up. Yeah. And you probably just got it basically.
Jerry? Since we don't have the hotel yet.
Oh yeah, that's a lot clearer now.
Have it. I hope you have a better
So she stopped the recording.
What actually happened. What I find to be interesting, among many other things, is again how nobody, including Amber, is talking about the severe injuries she now claims she received. Nobody is talking about a busted lip or a broken nose or slashes all over her body and feet and legs and arms. It's
Right.
almost like those injuries didn't exist. You would think if she was injured, like she now claims, somebody would be getting her medical attention as well, but instead it's Johnny who ended up in the hospital due to his injuries, while everyone else worked to get her home peacefully in hopes she wouldn't explode again along the way. It's also interesting how much her story and stories have evolved.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of laughing at that pic too, because like, why is he wearing sunglasses in the hospital, dude? Like, that's some rock star shit. Like, dude, that's not the time to be a rock star, bro.
And changed and contradicted themselves, from Johnny punching a wall and hurting his hand to this taking place over a 3-day stretch now when it really happened on one day. And even Johnny taking 10 ecstasy tablets in a span of 2 hours, and
No
now she claims
fucking
he
way.
took 8 overnight. And then there's the outright lies being told in Virginia and UK courts by Amber and the Sun, stating this occurred on March 4th when it was really March 8th, and on top of that, claiming this happened at night when it actually happened during the AM hours. So much counter evidence has been stacking up against them. Not to mention, as evidence has come to light that has shown that she was the aggressor and the one who assaulted him, causing him a severe injury, throwing her entire claims into question, she is now adding sexual violence to her allegations. In my opinion, it's very clear with all the evidence that has come out over the past few months that Amber Heard is not being truthful about what happened during her relationship with Johnny Depp. We've heard her admit to abusing Johnny, mocking him, saying she can't be rationalized or reasoned with, and that she gets so mad she loses it. And if you recall, Ben King, who was tasked with flying Amber back to drop her off to her support system, and so she could see her shrink and to make sure that she didn't kick off or try to manipulate him, was asked twice on the flight back by Amber, have you ever been so angry with someone that you just lost it? Seemingly already trying to get him to justify her
No.
violent actions. And now we have the immediate aftermath of an incident, a crime scene that I believe points to more lies from her, including the amount of covering up it took to keep her violent episodes hidden and the lengths it took to keep her calm. I think that she, as she would describe it, got so mad she lost it. I think she cut off the end of Johnny's finger just 1 month into their marriage, by the way, and then was scrambling to place any sort of blame on him while also screaming and crying because she knew she had finally done something that might open his eyes and she might actually lose him.
That's
And
how
she
I took it.
secretly recorded the whole thing and submitted it along with a much less accurate transcript back in 2016 during her initial
So it was her that was recording it.
claims. Why? I don't know. Maybe she was hoping that she could just.
So why did she record that? Was she recording that just to like know what they were saying about her? That's fucking crazy.
Cherry pick from it and use the inaccurate transcript to apply more public pressure to Johnny at the time. Even though the audio paints a much different picture, she was panicking, knowing her actions could cost her everything she believed she worked so hard to make happen. I believe she committed a crime, a violent assault, and yet wanted to stay there to be with this man who she claims had just violently, physically, and sexually assaulted her, to take care of him while he healed from his injuries, and that she was the only one who could. There's so much about her ever-changing stories that just wasn't adding up, and now I truly believe I understand.
All right. Oh my god.
But
and now she has Lana on.
it's career ending. Yes, I agree with you. You're right.
So just so you guys know, the person that canceled Karen has on panel with her right now was accused by multiple women of porn sharing or porn revenge. I don't know if it's true or not, but she got accused. She also claims to be in contact with Chris Watts' attorney and gets information directly from Chris Watts' attorney and Chris Watts. So yeah, that's who's on panel with her.
I just think it's like, whoa. I think when you think your life's shit, take a look right there.
Virgie is private messaging me. You had a pedo on your show and you're upset with me. Like, how am I supposed to know that who he is? I don't know who he is. Now I got someone in line, B jogging. Did you bring the okay, Ray, Lisa, Isabella, I cannot click the link from here. Can you
So a picture of somebody I mean that picture does look kind of bad.
send it to my Facebook business inbox.
What do you think about the her like hiding the recordings and stuff like that?
Her hiding what recordings?
Like, you know,
That was her recording
he
that
didn't know
shit.
he was being recorded, and after his mom died.
But he did know he was being recorded. He attacked the camera.
Good night, Dad.
He did know he was being recorded.
Am I not in the show?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, yeah, what'd you say?
All right, Lana, I can't with you. Taylor, welcome to the show. What's up?
God damn, dude. Look at she treats everybody like shit.
I've actually
Taylor.
got a curious question. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Actually got a curious question. So why are you 100% Amber when all the facts are there on his side?
I'm not 100%.
I'm just trying to be like
Amber.
logical here.
Yeah,
Shit is so funny to me because everybody's like like she's trolling herself by opening up the panel. Like she's trolling herself. It's hilarious to me.
not 100% Amber. Not 100% Amber. When you say all the facts are on his side, I simply disagree with you. I don't see that all the facts are on his side. I think when you're looking in terms of just objective facts and things that really are almost impossible to dispute, the incidences, the damage to the Gold Coast home, the testimony regarding the damage, the pictures regarding the damage, the text messages, these things
And
are objective.
we just heard the gentleman say that he thinks that she did it, but he can't testify because he's deceased. He's no longer with us.
Well, I guess sometimes even text messages can be subjective because Johnny Depp has claimed some of the horrible things he said about Amber, like her rotting corpse and leaving her dead in the back of a Honda Civic. I mean, these are really disgusting things. He claims it's just part of his dark humor. Okay.
But are you a lawyer?
Why do I have to be? Are you?
I mean,
get her. Oh man, this is funny because she thinks that she is a lawyer and she's doing a horrible job right now representing herself in a defamation lawsuit that she is on the ass end of.
I mean, neither one of us are lawyers.
That's right. So we're
heck no. I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer.
Right. We're an even playing field. So
No,
I
I'm not
have
trying
my
to sit there and say.
Oh, even playing field with Kay? No.
I mean, yeah, we both have our own opinions. I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah, you are.
What I was just saying is that, like, neither of us have, been there or, talked to the lawyers personally per se, I guess. But, I feel like it's a hearsay on both sides. But
it is.
It is. It's a lot of
he said. That's just my opinion. I mean. But I mean, I've always been a Johnny Depp fan, so that's not going to change. But it is a he said she said kind of thing going on.
For sure.
I
read the op-ed. Did you hear me read it?
I just wish that somebody from the JD community that's been following this as long as Cherry has would get up on that panel.
Did you hear me read the op-ed?
Like if she sees Tug in there, she's either going to never let him on, right? Or she's going to let him on thinking it as an opportunity for her channel to build. This is why Tug would never do that. Tug would never go on that panel because he wouldn't even risk giving her that much attention and giving her that much exposure.
Ed?
I actually came in a little late. I actually came in a little late, to be honest.
Have you read her op-ed?
It's late here for me.
It's what?
Yes.
So you have read her op-ed?
It's a little late here, yeah. Yes, and I've been abused too. So like the acting on camera and stuff is just.
Okay, but what I'm asking you is, have you ever read the op-ed that she wrote, or that the ACLU wrote and she put her name to? Have you ever read it?
Yes, for the third time. Yes.
Okay, because I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What about her op-ed is defamatory? Because she doesn't name him. She doesn't give any specific incident between the two of them. She doesn't go into any detail about anything. So, in terms of just what the case is about, what the trial is about, do you believe she defamed
She
him
just
in
booted
the
her.
op-ed?
She
How do you
either
think the
just
jury
left
will
or
go?
booted her off.
Just based on the op-ed. Taylor. All right, Marquette. I don't know what happened to Taylor. Marquette, Beck, you got your camera on, so make sure if you don't want to be on camera that you're turning it off before I add you to the
So
screen.
Cherry got
because I know some
Cherry got hidden from her channel because Cherry went in there going, "Are you sure that you're not just talking about this case because you're pissed off about being sued for defamation, and you're losing your case so badly?"
people don't. If you're okay being on camera, I'm going to add you, Marquette. Marquette, you're on camera, just so you know.
Oh, she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Kay.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I am Marquis Becker. I think you know me.
I don't know you.
From the Watts case.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know you.
I was
Yeah.
a very, very big follower of you with the Watts.
Kay loves to talk about the Watts case, by the way.
And I just loved everything you did.
Even though it's been 4 years since August, just so you know.
And
well, thank
you.
Four
I
years
don't
this
really
August.
have anything to come in and argue with, but I'm just happy to be here. And
Wow.
if you want to debate or talk about anything, I'd love to.
Debate about what?
Well,
You just came in there saying you don't have nothing.
Do you have a position on this at all? I mean, where do
you? I know that you've seen a couple of things, the comments that I've written in the group, that I'm kind of like a 13th juror. And, I'm just kind of taking that stance right now. But you've always brought so many facts and different opinions for people to look at, but they just don't want to see those types of, I don't know. It's kind of like they don't want to open their mind to it, or I'm not sure. But
Jesus,
in terms of the op-ed that the ACLU.
All right, somebody fuck me with a bottle. Christ. All right, guys, I think that's enough torture for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. Thanks for putting up with me 3 times today. I really appreciate it. Jesus, I was live a lot today. I love you guys very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.